Hey everybody, welcome back. We are doing session 2 of generic fantasy role-playing setting. So let's introduce ourselves real quick.
I'm Amy, I'm playing Tia, the half-orc druid.
I'm Christine, I'm playing Malia, the dwarf cleric.
I'm Winter, I'm playing Marisol, the tiefling rogue.
I'm Ryan, I'm playing Jason, the wood elf monk.
Cool. And I'm Kelly, I'm your dungeon master, and today we are going to be jumping right into episode 2, The Damned Channel. That's going to look way cooler on the actual video. I'm going to have a graphic. It's going to be good.
Oh, yay.
Yay. All right, so we're going to jump right in because we haven't played this game in over a month, and I really want to get into it. Okay?
All right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Last time, you were traveling around and came in contact with a wizard named Maximilius as you were making your way from Mog to Pitt, Marin. In the process, you killed a couple of goblins you probably shouldn't have, which started off a small clan war that resulted in basically a film being made of your exploits, some sexier than others, and continued on your way, I think north? I haven't watched the video. I think it was north. You headed on your direction toward Pitt, Marin. Pitt, Marin being a fairly large human town that was on your way toward your next destination. And that's where we're going to start the story. It's night when you finally roll in. It's been a couple of days of hard walking, and as you reach a rise, you can look down, and there you see the stories of Pitt Marin probably were true at one point. This was an interesting, cleverly built town on top of this wetland. Built out of marble and columns and stone with these spires reaching up majestically and in the semi-Greek and Roman fashion, like these chiseled Corinthian columns holding up these domed buildings, and everything you've always heard about Pitt Marin is from the founder, Pitt Marin. They didn't go far for the naming. Pitt was an adventuring fighter who eventually became something of a merchant himself and started a spice trade in this region. If you've had a clove, it probably came through Pitt Marin. But looking down now, with the storm clouds brewing overhead, it's raining hard. And Pitt Marin is submerged in water. Only the spires and domes of these buildings are jutting above the swirling waves, and in the distance you can see some of the more aristocratic houses are on hills above the flood, but for the most part, it's like the strength of this water that's swirling around and mixing in the storm is stripping the very foundation stones out of some of the poorer establishments here. You stand at the top of the hill looking down. What do you do?
Is that where we're supposed to be?
Is that supposed to look like that?
Are there sea humans? I've never heard of sea humans. Is this something I missed out on?
I haven't heard much about this city, but what I have heard, I didn't picture it like this.
Maybe a perception roll. Anybody get above a 15?
No, I got 13.
I got an 8.
Oh, actually, one sec.
Did you add your proficiency mod?
No,
What
I
do
don't
I
get
want
that
to
on
look
that.
at for that?
Oh, I think it's just a passive wisdom,
Right.
right?
Which one do I want to look at for that?
Wait,
You want to
what?
go down to perception, which you didn't write in.
No, like perception's a skill.
Yeah.
You just get
Yeah,
your...
so I only get my wisdom
Wisdom
onto it. It's not a
No,
proficiency
nope.
bonus because
All
it's
right.
not one of my proficient ones.
Mm-hmm.
So as you sit and watch this raging storm, bordering on a hurricane, all around you are these giant stalks of wheat, straws sticking out of the ground, as thick as, well, I mean, fairly thin bamboo. But the wheat that grows here is immense, and it kind of absorbs some of the sound, so you don't actually hear until at the back of your neck a horse breathes down your shirt, and you're looking at a black war steed standing over you with a a bronze-plated human knight with a male and like a visored helm looks down at you.
Rude.
I pull my cloak down just a little bit.
The visor lifts up, and you see a tan-skinned woman beneath it. Who are you? Ho! State your names. Why are you in Pitt, Marin?
Well, we're travelers. This is Marcel, and that's Tia, and I'm Jason, and she's normally a lot friendlier, but don't mind her. It's mostly the rain. We're traveling. We came here to stop.
Adventurers?
I guess you could call us adventurers.
I'm Daniela the Swift.
We're creating maps.
Ish.
And traveling. Do you get...
Not many people here?
Sounds like you're looking for adventurers.
Is it supposed to be underwater?
No. It's not.
So who pissed off Vela then?
The storm goddess has nothing to do with this. This is internal.
How
If-
long has it been this way?
A week or more. If you're adventurers, the Marquis would have a quest for you. Follow me. If you seek wealth.
We could probably use some money.
Or glory.
I bet you it's dry where he
The
is.
G word.
For the Marquis, I bet you it's dry there.
Okay. And it's a place to go for the night.
Possibly. Let's find out.
Follow me. And she will disappear, all but her head sticking above the horse, through the sea of overgrown wheat. As you walk through what is essentially like an overgrown cornfield, you will start to hear the sound of people, babies crying, the mixing of dozens and dozens of bodies, and as the field parts in front of you, you will see that there's something of a refugee camp set up. Over 1,000 people in makeshift tents and hovels here, trying to struggle under the rain.
And not very much room in between.
No, this is basically they cut down a wheat field or stamped it down, and have set up a refugee camp here, just above the tide line. You can actually see, looking down from this hill, it looks like the water beneath it is slowly going to rise up to reach this in a day or two, maybe. Like, this is a temporary shelter at best.
Okay.
She rides through the center of it, and you can see some of the children look completely hollow-eyed. And she takes you down through the center lane to a large tent that has several torches burning outside. And as she approaches, a man steps out. He's older, frail, his cheekbones sharply reliefed on his face, with a goatee that was probably once black and still is very sharp, but now is flecked with bits of silver on the tips. A man pushing his mid to late 50s, leaning on a gilded cane, steps out. And, Daniela, what news? Sire, and she sweeps off her horse and bows. Some adventurers. That was the light we saw coming across the hill. Adventurers. Good, he says, and steps toward you, hobbling on one leg that seems far frailer than the other inside of his pants. His clothes, despite the dirty surroundings, are immaculately clean. That's the first thing you'll notice about the Marquis. But everything except for his gloves, which they were white, now they're a shade of brown. But it seems like he takes a great pride in his appearance. He approaches you. Travelers, my name is Jitten Morrow. I'm the Marquis of this domain.
Well met.
Well met to you as well. It seems that you are a strange lot. 2 elves, a dwarf, and one of the orc folk.
Half.
I don't judge. So, what brings you here?
Well, originally we were looking for a dry place to stay the night.
Well, you won't find that here. It's been raining for some weeks. That's standard. It always does during the raining season, but we have a bit of a problem, as you can see.
Mm-hmm. The lake seems rather unexpected.
It's not typically a lake. Pitt Marin was founded atop a marsh, a swamp. It has a series of drainage ditches beneath it. Unfortunately, something happened as the raining season began. Some fishmen have plugged up our drainage canals. Before we knew it, the city was flooded, and they're too fierce for us.
Did they make contact with anyone prior to the floods, or just moved in and decided to make this their nest or their home?
As far as I know, they've always lived in the bowels of this place, but they've kept to themselves.
So what changed?
Fishmen. You can't trust them.
Never met one?
Trust me, there's always something fishy afoot.
Okay.
If you'd be willing to go down and clear out the infestation, I'd reward you as handsomely as I could. We're kind of a little strapped for cash right now, but anything that you find washed up down there is yours.
How deep does the water go?
All the way down into the drainage canals. There's a centralized drain
Okay.
at the bowels of the sewer system. That's likely where they have it plugged up. If you'd be willing to, I can help with that. Mm-hmm. Is this something you'd be interested in?
So, how deep underwater?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yes, I also have not developed the ability to breathe under the water.
I can help with that.
Swim well.
Daniela, summon Morlo.
Morlo.
And she will nod and briskly stride off toward a tent that you can see is decorated with stars and moons and is made of purple fabric.
Ooh. Has anybody been injured? Is anybody in the camp badly injured?
We have our own priest, but a few.
Do you need any help before we do this?
Potentially. Check in down there. That's the tent of Samira.
She'll disappear.
Okay, so you will walk down. I'll be with you in a moment. Barely a moment passes once Malia steps away. That an elf, what looks like an elf anyway, he's a little too chubby to be an elf. Maybe a half-elf. He's wearing a large pointed hat with purple and black moons on it, dressed in fine 10 years ago, out-of-dated wizard robes, will stumble out of a tent, slightly...
Intoxicated?
He smells like a winery, and as he approaches, will kind of look down at you, his face completely shorn of hair, and a pair of half-moon spectacles perched on his long, broken nose. Ah, yes, travelers!
Do you also make shows?
Yes! Are these the ones? Are these the ones? Yes.
Who's he speaking to?
He looks like he's speaking to the Marquis, but the Marquis is actually 2 feet to the right of where he's speaking. These are a batch of adventurers who are willing to go down and investigate the infestation. Ah! Good, you can follow the 7 that went before. All right, here, and he will reach into his robe and pull out a bandolier of vials, and you can see that it looks like it was a 12-pack originally. Now there are 5 left. And he will, with a shaky hand, pull one out. 1, 2, 3. Still have 2 more just in case.
There's one more of us.
Still have 1 more just in case. Those will give you the ability to breathe underwater for a full 3 hours. Don't be underwater when they end. And we were out of some ingredients, so don't take them before you're in water. Don't come up before 3 hours. Normally you add some gillyweed and it helps with the breathing of both. It's not an amphibious potion.
Okay.
Amphibious is a word that means you can breathe above land.
It's
and
okay. We got it. Thank you.
like a turtle.
Very helpful.
I'm Morlo the Magnificent. I wish you luck. Then he will stumble off back toward his tent. Before he reaches his tent, he will, and you will see him. As you're looking at the potion, you will hear the sound of water running in the distance as he pisses on the side of his tent.
He's disgusting.
Wizards are rare around here.
You
The
call
Marquis
that a
said.
wizard?
He's a brewer of potions, and he'll get you down there.
Okay. And we heard what he said about waiting till we get into the water and staying below water for 3 hours. Let's go for a swim.
Well, I'm gonna wait till Malia gets back.
Mm-hmm.
Might as well go investigate.
So, over at the tent of Samira, the priestess of healing, or the goddess of healing, you will see that there are dozens of stretchers inside. This tent is actually more of just a lean-to than anything else. And a disheveled young priestess who can't be more than 16 or 17 years old, more of a junior nun than anything, is running around kind of nervously barking orders at people. No. You want to use the wine for that. The wine. It'll disinfect. It's strong enough. It will be fine. She turns and looks at you, and she's maybe 5 feet tall. A tiny round face with a pair of bright blue eyes and blonde hair kind of pulled back under a kerchief. She speaks with a squeaky voice that's almost mousy.
What race is she?
Human.
Human. Okay.
Most of the things around here are human, aside from that elfish-looking thing that you guys met a second ago.
Ew.
Yeah.
Well, I am a very rough dwarf. I have a -2 charisma mod. So
Yay, Malia.
I'll walk up and be like, alright, do you need any help?
Sorry, you startled me. Who are you?
Passing through, and we've gotten roped into your problems, so I can do some healing. I
Do
can
you
at
have
least
your-
spell you a little bit.
Is it plainly visible?
I'll pull it out. I can at least spell you and let you save some energy.
My apologies.
Nonsense.
If I'm Farla. I'm a junior priestess of Samira. If you could help me, just there's one over in the corner. One of the soldiers that went down into the depths was recovered.
Alright. Does he need to be stabilized?
Yes.
Okay. I will go over.
As you do, you can see that there is a man laying on a stretcher. He's wearing fairly cheap armor. Looks like he was more of a man-at-arms than anything else. And you can see that a large, kind of spiked, spiny spear has been broken off at the half and shoved under his armor. As he looks up at you, you can see like green dribbles of poison or pus. It's kind of hard to tell, dribbling out of his eyes and mouth. And he'll look up at you. And he'll grab your arm fiercely, his fingernails digging into the flesh. Fishman! Bad fish! Big fish.
Alright, good to know.
We're worms. We are the bait.
Okay.
I escaped. Catch and release. Catch and release! And then he'll faint.
Alright. I will, I guess, do a medicine check to get that out of him.
Okay.
Without killing him.
Sounds good. Go ahead and do that. What'd you get?
2.
You're like, you have no idea what this venom that they've laced this spear with is. But, I mean, healing's healing.
I'm going to leave it for a moment.
Okay.
And I'll take time.
Okay.
And try it again.
Sure.
And see if I can figure out a way.
So, go ahead and roll.
This dice.
What'd you get?
4 that time. Plus what?
You have slightly more of an idea this
So
time,
that's
but still
10.
not much.
That's a 10 total.
Um,
Okay.
well, you can
But
tell
is he
it's...
at the point where he needs to be stabilized?
Yeah.
Okay, I am going to cast Spare the Dying,
Okay.
which will immediately stabilize.
Okay. That sounds good.
It doesn't appear to have a casting roll. Like, I don't think he's going to
I think you just
resist
touch
me.
and it works,
Yeah,
right?
it's like one action, it's instantaneous,
Yep.
it's touch.
It just means that he stops making death saves.
Yeah.
Which he must be...
It's somebody who has 0 hit points.
He's basically
stabilize.
teetering on the edge because he's an NPC.
Yeah.
So he's trembling, shaking on the bed. His fever is bright red. His cheeks are flushed and strangely pale beneath the flush. You will touch him on his clammy flesh, and he will sag into the bed into restful sleep.
Okay.
Thank you, Farla says, walking up behind you. I didn't... There's just so many.
I don't know what venom is they've used. I want to keep trying.
Okay, you can make me, for Venom, you make me a medicine roll or alchemy if you have it. Is alchemy a skill still?
No, it's not.
Why do I keep thinking
It's
alchemy is
Arcana.
yeah. No, make me a...
Arcana, nature,
Medicine.
religion, medicine. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't apparently roll above a 5. That was a 1 this time.
It was a 1?
Oh.
Okay. You just have no idea.
Okay, that dice is being retired for a while.
Now, who goes looking for Malia?
I have 2 vials.
All right. So, as you're trying to inspect this, so you'll pull that out and just patch the wound over with Farla's help. As you do, 2 of your companions will be seen at the door. So you're looking into a large, well, it's more of a lean-to. Like, it's got a couple of, like, strong posts holding up the tent, but this thing has no walls. It's open air. And you will see her with a very, very slight blonde-haired human working on this soldier.
How well lit is the tent as well?
It has a few torches, so it's dim. But I believe you have dark vision.
Well, I was thinking I cast light on, like, the center pole or something.
Okay, yeah, that'll help. So it's very well lit. And looking around, you can see that there's probably about 2 dozen, like, fairly banged up. But, like, they need medical treatment, but they're not on the verge of death at the moment, people. And then just some people sleeping under here. There are a couple of orderlies running around that basically look like they're bakers and candlestick makers that have been, like, conscripted into, hey, put pressure on that. Hey, feed that old person soup, type of stuff. And then you'll see your 2 companions. And as you do, the sun will start to rise in the horizon through the clouds, just lighting up a little red streak in the skyline behind them.
I will do, like, the quick prayer sort of thing. The normal sunrise.
Wow. We've had it rough here.
Certainly looks like a battlefield.
I'm going to walk up to the dwarf and be like, here, this is for you to drink. But not right now. You have to drink it when we get in the water.
And we need to stay underwater for 3 hours before surfacing.
Okay.
Yes, he was a little inebriated.
Where are you?
That does not make me
I'm
confident.
walking around the encampment that they've created,
Okay.
just kind of like looking at the people, observing things, gathering my surroundings.
Okay, that sounds good. So as you're walking around,
Uh-oh.
you just kind of have a sense of kind of a little bit of dread at the back of your mind. Something,
Danger sense.
yeah, danger. Something is going to go wrong today, and you're not sure what it is. But ever since you started this adventuring life, you kind of have had that.
Ooh, boy.
Now, as you do, there's more to it than that. It feels like that feeling. Make me an insight roll. So insight's one of your skills.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if you have the skill, but it exists.
So I rolled a 9 and I have a 1 on my insight.
It seems like a very familiar type of dread, but you're not quite able to place what.
Would I have felt any of that when we were fighting the goblins before?
No.
No, this is different.
This is different. This is just, it's familiar, but
I can't quite
you can't
touch
quite
it.
place what is making you feel this right now. But you do feel the urge to be around people you trust. I will say that.
I will find my group.
That sounds great. So, meeting at the front of the tent, you'll see them, the 3 of them, talking
Okay.
at the medical tent.
Do we want to wait for a little bit more light before we submerge?
It's not likely to do much.
It might be an easier way of telling time, though, when we do come back up to the surface. Because who knows what will happen if we break the surface before the time is up.
I expect we'd suffocate.
Well, I mean,
What?
could you not just stick your head back under?
Possibly. But I don't know if they'll make it permanent or something weird like that.
I just don't really trust the drunk wizard.
Me neither.
Mm-hmm.
So the guy who made the potions is drunk.
Very. He may have...
Excellent.
He smelled bad.
He
Oh,
pissed on
dear.
his tent.
Lovely.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I'll make one last attempt to figure out what that guy had, and then...
Sure. One final one.
Haha! 20.
20.
Huzzah.
Finally, this dice works.
So off the back of your head, you're thinking maybe it's horsefly root? It's this little pungent root that grows in swamps that you've seen that horseflies are desperately sexually attracted to. It's the worst because it's actually quite good if you put it on most types of chicken, actually. It's kind of like a chicken spice. Kind of gives you like a very hot wing kind of flavor. But if you try to pick it the wrong season, you will get devoured by horseflies. Like, it makes them sexually and gastronomically voracious to the point where they turn into almost piranhas. It's actually really gross. I don't want to explain the physics of it.
What are you looking at over there?
I've gone like back over to the Disseltron.
Yeah.
Is there like something that helps counteract it or fix it or...
Milk. Like most spicy things.
What was the girl's name again?
Farla.
Farla. Farla,
Yes?
do you have any milk?
Um,
I think they hit him with horsefly root.
what? Oh, that would explain the smell. 1 second. And she'll, like, open up like a chest that steams with ice.
I'm guessing it's the wrong season for this to have been done, too,
Yeah.
so...
Is cream okay?
Still milk, it should work.
She'll pull out of, like, a jug of cream.
Did we see many, like, cattle-type animals coming into this at all? Or was it just all people?
It's all people at the camp. There are some, like...
They probably have fields further away, though.
Yeah, they probably do.
Yeah.
They're generally outside of town by a little ways.
I think I know how to administer this.
Awesome.
Hey, she kind of does. So she will get to work kind of making a poultice out of the milk and soaking it, or the cream, and soaking it and applying it to the wounds.
Alright. I'm going to make sure the torches are good and then just be like, okay, I'm going to leave the light spell for now, but I might need it where we're going, so it might cancel out on you. Just so you know.
It's fine. I can do that too, if I remember. No, not like that. No, don't move him. Don't move him. Move the stretcher. And she'll go back to barking orders around. As you stand there, there'll be the sound of a horse clopping over, and Daniela will walk over holding the reins of her steed. Not to pressure you, but if you're going, now would be a good time.
Any
That seems fair.
last things you can tell
Directions?
us about where we're going?
You're going into a sewer network.
Where's
So-
your nearest entrance?
I'll take you to it.
Awesome.
Is there anything else you can tell us about what's changed recently? No one... I
Other than
don't doubt
fish
even
people.
the fish people would do something without a reason.
Just seems like too much work.
Not really. Life has been pretty normal around here. It's been great. We've had abundant harvest the last few years. The city has grown quite a bit. It's probably just that they're jealous of our progress.
Did the wizard do something to piss them off?
If so, you find out and I will tan his hide.
We'll be sure to ask.
Any excuse. Don't even get me started on Morla.
Alright, let's go.
Yes, the Swiss.
You really didn't like this wizard guy, did you?
He smelled
He was-
really bad, okay?
My
I'm
name
glad
used to be
I'm still-
Daniel, and she'll start walking down, holding the reins of the horse.
Well, I wasn't really saying it to her, but
She overheard.
She overheard.
well, that's a good reason to hate him. Okay,
Alright.
that sounds like a very.
I'm fine with it
incompetent wizard.
now, she says, walking off.
Well, yeah, you got boobs now.
The wizard also had boobs.
Do you know how much it costs to refit a suit of armor?
Breastplate? Yeah.
2 of them. And she'll walk off holding the reins.
Okay.
So, following Daniela, she'll take you down through the what used to be the main road of the city and to the edge of the water. And as you approach the edge of the water, you can see that light is kind of coming through the clouds, but it's still dark and stormy, basically like a West Coast winter. And although there's enough light above the water, it gets murky fast underneath. Looking at the cobblestone road descend, you can kind of see what looks like a large drainage ditch, about large enough to drive a cart through.
Okay.
She points at it. If you walk down through there, that'll take you into one of the entrances for the tunnel system. That was one of the primary drains for the system.
Okay.
Walk through there and keep yourselves safe. And since torches won't work, she'll dig into one of the pouches at her hip and hold out a glowing rock.
Ooh.
I only have one of these, but
Neat.
just try to bring it back when you're done, whoever wants it.
One of you guys take it.
Yeah, I
I'll
got it.
pick up a rock from the ground and light.
Neat.
I'll wait here for you.
Alright.
Best of luck to you all. And do you start?
All right.
I will also let you guys know what I heard from the soldier. That he felt like he was basically delusional, but he thought that he'd been let go, catch and release sort of thing,
So like he was
So-
too small?
or bait, or being sent back for a reason. I don't know,
Can
but
we
just keep an
use-
eye out. They're also using horsefly root on people.
Okay.
Don't get hit with that.
Can I what?
Is insight a kind of how they used to use knowledges?
Insight is kind of a general gut sense.
Okay.
It's a really good roll if you need ideas from the storyteller / dungeon master.
I'm just curious if I would have known of anything of this fish people, considering my goddess.
Yeah, go ahead and actually that would be a knowledge nature roll. We can if you have it.
Sure, try it out. 15.
I mean, there are a few different types of fish people, right? If they're frog people, then they're bullywugs. If they're lizard people, that's an entirely new thing. Then there are the serpent people. But if you're thinking fish people, probably the Kuatoa. The Kuatoa are this malignant, kind of pretty selfish, very evil-ish, kind of piranha men. They're dicks. They're just dicks. Their entire thing is they're super bitey. They like to net people and then eat them.
Okay.
Yeah. They are amphibious, so they can survive above and below water, and they are very devout to their fish god, whose name escapes you at the moment with that roll. But they have a fish god.
All right. Okay. They just generally suck.
They generally suck.
Are you sure
If
it's
you want, I can
information?
look up their fish god's name is. Making a knowledge religion roll.
17.
Oh, okay, fine. Murlach. Murlach, god of the depths.
If everyone's referring to them as fish people, then from what I remember at the temple there, the Toa Kua, they're not very nice. They are fishy people, not like froggy people or other things, but Yeah, they're just generally kind of big meanies. They might not have actually been provoked for this. They might have just decided to steal and
Change
flood
their
and
attitude.
be giant dicks, yeah.
It still seems kind of weird, though.
Can I use survival or nature to see if I remember anything about these guys?
I mean, I heard that
Yeah,
God
sure.
was also kind of a dick, but
Go ahead and give me knowledge nature.
then again, he's a fish god and not an elf god, so I don't know that much.
Nature. So that's 22.
22. So yeah, you'll be able to pick up that there are a lot of evil fish people who follow Murlach, god of the depths. They believe that if you can't breathe underwater, you are not a race that belongs underwater, unless you're there to be eaten. Because why would you come underwater if you didn't want to be eaten? Duh. Right? They're very big on supremacy and the whole, like, the idea of, like, once upon a time the world was covered in water, and then the damned land gods stole parts of our land. It's none of that belief system. They have a particular hate on for... hold on, which god? They definitely don't like Vela because, well, they're kind of indifferent.
She's also Storms.
She's also Storms, so she can kind of add to the water. But she also is the Sky Goddess, which is the other side of the equation. So it's kind of like Vela's their version of the devil. But also, like, it's a duality system, right? There should be sky and there should be water. Nothing else, right?
So at least she's not a land goddess.
She's not a land goddess. Stupid land goddesses. Like, what's her name? The nature goddess. Trying to find my god page. I need to have
How
a
do they
separate...
feel about the animal god?
That's the same one.
Soph.
Oh, Soph. Yeah, the goddess of sea and animals. Yeah, they actually think that Soph is a traitor.
Oh.
Animals of the sea and then animals of the land.
Yeah, so she's a poser. And they really hate people like Omesh, the god of agriculture. They're okay with Hisk, the god of murder. And generally, really don't see the point of Icarus, the god of honor and battle.
Right.
Because that seems like a waste of time. Like...
Why not just eat your
Both
problems?
my deities.
Yeah, right?
Well, I'm gonna tuck my medal back in.
Good idea.
Alright, let's try this drinking potions and water thing.
I also would have left all this stuff that would not do well underwater in a bag in the camp.
Sure, that sounds fair.
Hoping that they would look after it and not steal from it. But
Alright, as you steel yourselves to drink the potion, the water swells and a false tide from the rain and wind will lap at your shoes. Do you prepare yourselves to go in? Alright. You quaff your potions. There at the edge of the water line in Pitt, Marin. And as soon as you do, your lungs tremble. And you can feel something shiver along your neck. Little flaps in your flesh open wide. And you suddenly find yourself having trouble breathing. It feels almost like drowning. You drop in?
Yep.
Yeah, I dunk.
And you take a deep breath through the sides of your neck.
Can't emulate that for
Yeah.
camera.
And as you step down into the water, you will feel a shiver of strange magical energy around you. And aside from the holes in the side of your neck, find yourself standing underwater like nothing is different.
Nice.
Weird.
Can we talk? I'm gonna try talking.
Do you say weird?
Yeah.
She says weird. And it sounds pretty normal, actually.
It's probably the magical effect.
Yeah, it must be a magical effect that allows this game to function underwater. I don't know. Or it's a DM bullshitting.
There's a part of me that wants to check what happens if we do surface, but then I don't want to, just in case.
It didn't seem like it was pleasant a minute ago.
No, so that's probably why.
All right.
Nothing else.
Ryan, are you jumping underwater?
Yes,
Okay.
I will give Daniela a wave and then do a backflip into the water.
Make me an athletics roll. Please roll a 1.
Please.
That'll be a 7 on the acrobatics.
All right, so you do a flip. It's a full flip. In fact, it's a flip and a half.
Backflip.
You are going to land belly first into the water and slowly sink under the surface.
Can I also just say that I do have a dungeoneering kit as well?
Are you bringing it with you?
I believe so, yeah.
The things that are not going to get... So basically you leave all paper out of the water.
Yeah, well, can you remind me what a piton was?
It's like a climbing spike. Like,
Still could be used to, like, pull me down as well.
in theory, yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
right
would-
now, gravity seems to be working as per normal
Yeah.
underwater.
I wouldn't be able to use
That would be
Torch's tinderbox.
No.
No.
I would have left the
Tinder,
rations
it's too
behind.
moist to use Tinder.
Ah.
Or you're too moist to use Tinder. I don't know.
Oh my.
Oh my, yeah.
Oh my.
We're gonna
Alright.
swipe left on that joke.
Okay, cool.
Um,
So there's a few things, like I can have a hammer, a crowbar, the
Yeah.
pins.
yeah.
I'm surrounded by water, so I don't know if I would have brought a water skin.
I don't know if you want to drink
And
this stuff.
50 feet of rope.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
all,
useful.
that all sounds good.
Go.
So, 30 feet ahead of you, you can see the beginnings of that drain. Do you approach?
I also
Yes.
look at my hands and my feet. Anything change with them?
Nope.
Oh.
A little pruny.
Oh. I was hoping for the clip.
No, not at his level.
Oh.
Can I get marching order?
I'll probably go first or second.
I'll go in front.
Do you have dark vision?
Try to
Okay.
sneak
Yep.
ahead of people.
Okay, Ryan's going in first, followed by... Okay.
I want to be kind of near the back,
All
keeping an
right.
eye on if anything follows us or whatever.
Rockwah is what I have here. All right. Ryan, being first in line, you shake off the pink belly. Do you proceed into the tunnel?
I'm gonna try to quietly swim up to it and then peer inside. see
You can
if there's
walk.
You don't have
Okay.
to swim.
Yeah, you don't have
walking
to swim.
normally.
Yeah,
Now that
basically
we're
this
in-
is a water level in a video game.
Okay,
So now that we're
I will creep up to the entrance and peek inside, see if there's any fish people watching the entrance for humans. Or...
Okay, go ahead and give me a roll. What were you saying?
Now that we're under the water, like
Yeah.
we can, like how deep can we see it being versus like up and down and like above us?
It looks like it goes... This drain is about probably horizontally 80 feet below the water line.
Okay.
50 to 80. It's kind of hard to tell. It depends where you are on the hills, too, because Pitt Marin's kind of like...
All over.
It's hilly.
Okay.
So if I jump, can I start swimming?
Yeah.
Or do I automatically go like down?
Well,
Like...
you can start swimming.
Okay.
Yeah, but just for ease of narrative, you can walk to.
Cool.
18.
18. So glancing down the tunnel, you can see that this drainage duct is about 10 feet wide at the outset, and then will slowly narrow down into kind of a squarish concrete pipe. It looks like it goes down a good 50, 60 feet.
And how
And then-
much light does
And then
the stones give us?
How much? That'll give you 15 feet of light in either direction. Basically, a 15-foot radius.
That's just
What-
to take it into account water.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What's your normal dark vision? Do you have dark vision as an elf? I believe you do.
I believe they do.
You have the book. I don't. I think so, because didn't
I know I've got dark vision.
didn't
for
Alexa
60 feet.
have it in dark filming? I think so. Know your rules.
Light, the evocation cantrip that a cleric can use, has a 20-foot radius of bright light, and dim light for an additional 20 feet.
Okay, so we're gonna have that for the water.
Okay.
So 5 foot dim, 10 foot like big, right?
Okay.
Okay. But that's good. That means that there's more suspense.
Oh, you said
Also,
we're at dim?
like, do you think red light would be useful?
Potentially, why?
Because I can do that.
Oh, you can just change its
Like,
color?
when I cast it, I could have decided, like, red light. I just didn't know at the time.
You can cast whatever color you want then, yeah. What were
Six-
you-
60 feet for elves.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it'll be a little harder because water's murky, but you were asking the same question?
Yeah, it's a red dim, so it's like 60 feet.
Okay, so we'll say that you can see about 60 feet down the tunnel, and it looks like this tunnel has a few branch points off, like there are some corridors that kind of arc off to the left, but it does proceed past your vision.
I'll turn back and give a thumbs up and start walking into the tunnel.
Because you're the one without dark vision?
I have it.
Oh, you have it. Do we all have dark vision?
Actually, I think you do.
We don't need the things at all then. Right now, at least.
Not right now. If it gets...
Ooh, it could attract.
So I'll tuck her, Daniela's one into a pouch and tie it off so it can't be seen and just cancel the other one.
Yeah, because like little fish that like to come check out lights. It'll make us a target.
Or just tell the fisherman that we're coming.
So, you head down the tunnel?
Mm-hmm.
You make your way down the tunnel. It quickly becomes small enough that you have to go in single file marching order.
Okay. I'll take the rear.
Okay. Before long, Jason, you'll come up to a corridor that branches out on the left. So you can go straight ahead or down a corridor to your left. Glancing down it, it looks empty and looks like it arcs off again at another L curve. Well, another L shift. The corners here are slightly rounded.
Yeah. Does it look like it rounds in the same direction?
So it
As the main
goes
tunnel?
like this. So like you're going this way, it goes like this, and then goes like that.
Okay. I'm going to stop and see if I can hear anything down them.
Okay.
That'll be 20.
You can definitely hear the sound of motion. And you can actually feel that the water kind of is moving in that direction fairly rapidly.
Okay. I'm going to turn to you guys and point down the side tunnel. And I guess we can talk. I'll whisper.
Yeah.
I think that way opens up to a waterfall.
So maybe we should avoid that?
I'm thinking so.
You'll also hear
Is it more like clunky underwater though, or does it sound like that?
it's more metallic than that, but it's kind of just like a
Weird
kind of scraping.
I look in the direction of the noise.
Yeah, it's down that tunnel to the left.
The one with the current?
The one with the current, yes.
Well, aren't we looking for somewhere that's blocked off?
Is there anything on
That
the
wouldn't be
walls?
anything.
Rough spots? Things that we could tie something to?
There
Iron rings?
you could definitely hammer something in. Do you have a hammer?
No.
I thought you had a warhammer.
I do, but...
Yeah. You have hammer, will hit.
But they're... True. I don't really want to leave the water after I drink that potion. Drowning out of water sounds crappy. But... yeah. There's also... Well, you guys should be able to hear something down there.
I'm going to try and listen as well.
Give me a perception roll.
7.
18.
Yeah, you'll definitely hear that grinding, clinking. What'd you get?
Nope.
No. So like you're like, yeah, I totally can hear that.
Maybe my ears are full of water.
How long does the corridor look?
It looks like it goes down about 20 feet and then arcs off again. This time to the right.
Who's likely to be the lightest character here? Like, I would just be able to know this looking at you, but...
Probably
Her?
one of these two.
Okay. You've also heard it. I'm going to pull out my 50 foot of hempen rope. Tie that around your waist.
Oh god, we're going fishing.
That's a really bad joke.
And then I will wrap the other hand around my arm. Be like, alright, I've got you.
I'm going to cautiously advance down that
You're
tunnel.
half orc as well? Alright. I'll
Alright.
tell you, get you to hold it with me.
So both of you are bracing.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good. Going down the tunnel, you can see that it arcs off on the right. You progress. You gonna make a stealth check to see
Yes.
if you can do this stealthily?
Ooh.
23.
Nice.
Stealthily, you crouch and move through the water, barely breaking it as you move. Around the corner, you glance, doing a quick little peer. There's nothing on the other side, but the water's moving pretty quickly here. It's cold. And about 15, maybe 20 feet ahead of you, it looks like it arcs again to the right.
I will cautiously advance How long is the rope?
50 feet.
All right, I will cautiously advance.
You
around
got
the
enough
corner.
room. Hold on, let me just cancel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's actually going to take you out of the range of the 50 feet pretty quickly.
Well, you can always come back, tell us, and we can all move down. Brace again.
Okay. Yeah, so you're going to take about 3 steps and then feel a tightness around your waist.
I'll lean around the corner. Hopefully, you guys are paying attention, looking, and I'll like wave you
Okay.
forward.
Okay, 1, 2. So you move down to the next junction.
Yeah.
2.
Yep.
Well, we do
5,
like
6,
a
7.
tugging thing when we need to advance, so we don't have to just like wait for you to come back to us.
2, 3.
That might not work if I fall in a pit.
You're swimming, aren't you?
I mean, if there's a waterfall.
Truth. Then we'll all go with you.
No.
Is there such a thing as an underwater waterfall?
At least
Probably.
They'd probably feel a really big tug.
I mean, if some of the spots in the sewer aren't completely flooded.
And then suddenly, if the rope gets really light, we run forward and see where you went. Don't think about it too much.
Hopefully, I won't be fish food then. And I go some more.
All right, moving forward again, you move around the corner, and you can see that a mere 10 feet ahead of you, it angles again, another right angle.
It's really angry.
Yeah, it is.
I will advance to that corner. and
Okay,
peek
Ryan,
around.
can you do me a favor?
Yes.
Can you make me a saving throw? Strength, please.
Oh, I can. 20.
Damn. All right, you are going to feel the water suddenly rush very, very quickly past you. A stronger current would sweep a weaker elf off of his feet, but you manage to brace yourself with it and move slowly forward. Do you glance around the right angle?
Yes.
Okay. You glance around and in the dimness can make out the form of looks like an armored adventurer repeatedly slapping into a bladed intake vent. Just, you can see his corpse bent at an angle. He is completely bloodless. The blood has long since been sucked out of his veins, and he is just plang, 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 plang.
Poor bastard.
He's got some nice,
Stuff.
he's got like a nice sword though.
How far away is he?
Like 10 feet.
I'm going to very cautiously advance forward until I grab a hand on him.
Okay.
Once I do, I'm going to tug on the rope.
Okay. Make me one more save if you're getting right up next to him. You're fine.
Okay.
All right. There's a tug on the rope.
All right, we're hoisting this in.
All right. You will come back around the corner with a flop, and he's carrying a bloodless corpse of a man dressed in leather armor. His hair kind of matted to his face and completely just bloated. Looks like he's been like,
Here for a while. Like
yeah.
week.
Yeah, like parts of his like face are cut off, where it looks like someone rubbed him up against a sword for a day.
I
Gross.
found a poor victim.
Ew.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll check his pockets.
Sure, that sounds fantastic. You will find. Let me roll, see how much gold he has, because he totally has this much gold. You're gonna find 26 gold coins, as well as. Actually, you're not going to find any silver or copper because his pouch was cut and the gold ones were plugging it because they're bigger. So you're going to find 26 gold coins as well as a scroll case dangling from his hip with no scroll in it, but it's a nice kind of like dark wood scroll case that isn't too
That's
banged
cool.
up. It looks like it's pretty durable actually. And also his armor's destroyed, I'm not going to lie, but he has a very... very sharp sword on him. It's strangely curved like a cavalry saber, though. Give me the core book. BHB me. Yeah, so it's a very strangely curved blade.
And is it like long and thin, or is it kind of like it's got a lot of like wideness to the blade?
It's fairly. I mean, this kind of reminds you of what you've heard of like a scimitar looking like one of the weapons from like in the desert countries to the north. It's very light and very sharp.
Ooh.
You gonna take it?
If no one else is taking it, sure. Why not?
Can I see?
Yeah.
It's a very well weighted scimitar.
Nice.
It is quite impressive, actually.
Do you want it?
Sure, I could use it. I mean, I've just got the quarterstaff right now.
Yeah. Hold on to it then.
All right.
Can we take like a belt or whatever that it might have been sitting in so she could...
Yeah, it totally has it. It's scabbard.
Yes, scabbard. There we go.
Nice.
Yeah, it's honestly closer to like a cavalry saber than a scimitar in size, but it's quite well balanced. They got rid of that completely. Neat. So Amy, when you're writing that down, the stats for that are 1d6 damage, light and finesse, and the pommel has an inscription on it written in kind of an accented common. It looks like a prayer to the god of battle.
Oh, nice. To
Yeah,
Akaris?
to Akaris.
Nice.
As you strap it on, you will suddenly feel very confident.
Oh, yeah.
Like, this feels like a good weapon to have at your hip.
Is this a slashing weapon?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Sorry. They do armor before they do weapons in the book, and that kind of throws me off compared to other ones. Yeah, it's 1d6 slashing.
Okay.
And,
Yeah, because with the curve, you can't really poke and jab. You have to slash.
and let me know the first time you use it.
Okay.
I hope it
shoot.
doesn't talk in your head.
I hope it doesn't
it's
too.
fine.
Time to pull out the DMG to get some random tables.
We should leave his body near the entrance. We can bring him out and
Proper burial?
yeah.
That would be decent.
I would not want to be left down here to be nibbled at.
No.
Sorry, what does the inscription say?
It's a prayer.
Okay.
It's slightly accented, but it's a prayer to Akaris that says,
May my blade.
it literally just translates as for the throat.
Oh.
Or apply directly. It's the prayer equivalent of this side toward enemy.
Yes, excellent.
Oh my gosh. I like that better.
Apply directly to the neck. Apply directly to the neck. Amy, can you do me a favor?
Yep.
And can you roll me 3d20s?
3d20.
Actually, roll me a d20 4 times and tell me what you get in the order.
Okay. So, or do you just want me to roll 4d20s?
I mean, that works too, but just read them off in order.
Okay, I'll just do one then. That's a 3.
Okay. That was easy.
That's a 9. That's an 11.
Okay.
And a 2.
Alright. 9. Nope. Yep, that works. And then a 9 and 11.
I'm a little concerned.
Nice. I will have to put a little... Yeah, I'm just going to make a note.
Good idea.
Always leave notes on your sheets and your actual DM notes. Try to give them slightly more context, even if it takes a second, because if you just write the sword plus thing, you won't remember. I promise. I've been doing this for long enough. I have a lot of notes like that, even from the last session. And then so confident, that was that, and then sorry, that was 2, 11, 3,
And a 9.
and a 9. All right. Actually, I'll just roll that real quick because I asked you to roll the wrong thing. Yeah, actually, and it's gonna have like the more you look at it, it's got like some silver and a little bit of like rose gold filigreed around the handle.
Wow, it's fancy.
Yeah, it's pretty fancy. Like you could probably sell that for a few hundred gold.
No, it's got a prayer to my god.
Yep, it does. It does. All right. So besides that, his armor's been too destroyed to use. There's not much else on him except as you're looking around, you will find a fairly banged up chipped key.
Ooh.
Is it on like a string
Yep,
or anything?
around his neck under his armor. That's why it took you a minute to find it. Yeah. Looks like a good luck charm if I ever saw one.
Hope I don't end up like him.
All right, so you are going to leave him near the entrance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's one dude. All right. So now the tunnel, you're back at the entrance, and looking down, you can see that the tunnel goes, a good 100 feet. There's another branch off to the left, about 25, 30 feet past the first one. So, once again, so here's the entrance. You go down, there's a branch to the left, there's another branch to the left, and it continues past.
Okay.
All right.
And we've already explored the first one.
You haven't explored the first one.
All right. So we'll head to the second intersection.
Moving to the second intersection, you can see that there's an archway that leads to the left, and looking ahead of you, about another 20 feet, is another archway that leads to, it looks like a room. A chamber of some kind, anyway.
Hold on a second. Can I check it out first before we go through it?
I don't know, can you?
Yeah. Because from Pathfinder, I had a thing called like detect traps. I'm not sure if I've got something like this.
You
here.
basically have a perception roll in this, and I think you definitely are good at it.
Perception next to it says wisdom, and then my wisdom says -1.
So you're slightly worse at this. But, hey, this is what you're designed for.
Okay.
So have fun. Have fun storming the castle.
Sorry, guys. So I'm at 12.
All right. So, moving forward, you glance down and into this room. The room itself is a rectangle, about 20 feet wide by about 12 feet deep. As you step into it, it's shaped like this, but there's a small corridor off the side of it that goes down about another 10 feet, and there's a collapsed statue laying on the ground there.
Does the statue look like any of the gods or goddesses?
It's collapsed. It's hard to tell. You'd have to go up and approach it.
Kind of weird to have a statue in a sewer system.
It's true.
Yeah.
Poke it with a long stick.
I have quarterstaff.
Where are the rest of you while she's doing this?
Behind her.
Okay, so you're in the corridor.
Probably.
What marching order?
I
It's
think
the
it
same
was
one.
probably the same as before. So like
Okay, so Ryan, and then
me.
Amy, and then Christine. Okay, cool.
So we're now in this rectangular room.
They're in the hallway. You're in the rectangular room.
Or peeking around the corner.
So basically,
I'm watching you.
you're like right here, like looking around. You're like, oh, there's a thing here, and they're like, what's going on? Hey, what's going on? I can't hear. Did something happen? Hey, did something happen? Hey, I can't hear what happened.
Okay.
Basically.
There's a lot of corridors in this dungeon. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Okay. And nothing else really stands out in here?
No, nothing necessarily. Give me a perception roll.
1.
Yeah, you just can't see anything necessarily here. I don't know.
All right, I'm impatient. I'm going in.
You're going in? Okay, so you push past her, and you can see a downed statue.
Careful.
That might be something I'll look into later on.
I'll
Is
swim up to the
The
statue.
wisdom
Will you?
thing.
Yeah.
All right, low wisdom is great. Make me a perception roll, Ryan.
20.
20. Glancing down at it, you can see that it's a statue of a beautiful woman with her mouth open, looking like she's singing. And her eyes are bright, shining star rose quartz.
Knowledge religion?
Sure, go ahead.
This has to be one of the gods. What else could it be? That will be 12.
It doesn't look like a goddess. It could just be like a fairly attractive noble woman who was made into a statue. It could be. It doesn't look like a god that you know. Maybe an avatar of one of the lesser ones.
Are the feet still attached to the ground somewhere?
Yeah. So basically, the feet are on a pedestal. They go up to about ankle length, and it looks like.
All right, I'll go.
Knocked over.
I'll just double check the mantle, see if there's anything inscribed on it then.
Looks like it's been mostly eroded by time. You can see the word "the," and then it kind of goes.
All right, I'll swim back to the entrance. Why do
But it was
humans-
mounted here.
Why do humans put statues of their nobles in the sewer?
They usually don't, from what I know.
I don't know.
Maybe
I'm not a
this
human.
didn't always used to be a sewer.
They turn their temples into sewers? Oh, that's bad.
Mm-hmm.
I guess no, because if this... It didn't look like... I didn't recognize it as one of the gods. Did they turn their mausoleum into a sewer?
They make
I'm
statues
gonna
for
take a
more
look.
than just two purposes.
But in the sewer? I don't know. Anyway, we should go the other way.
Like this could be a much older area than even they might know up above.
So you're just gonna leave those shiny jewels there?
No. I was a jeweler. I didn't.
I'm gonna go take a look
Isn't
at the
this what got
statue.
you in trouble the first time?
Shh. It's fine.
I don't touch random jewels on statues.
All right.
Freezing.
Winter.
Remember, low
So-
wisdom.
If you're gonna swim up or walk up, I guess, because we can do that.
Yeah, we could just walk.
We can just walk. Take a look at that. Can you make me a perception roll?
Oh no, sorry guys. Yeah. Like, if I am supposed to be a thief or rogue
Yeah.
with such a low wisdom, is that normal or is that probably because of my
happens.
race?
It's both.
Oh.
Don't be racist.
1.
All right. So you're like, oh my god, those things are really good. I can sell those for like 50 gold each. Oh my god, these
Or
are...
make them into something.
Or make them into something. All right. So you just pull out the dagger, flip-de.
Don't do the...
So,
We're not in there yet, so.
You pull out your dagger reflexively and do that whole thing you normally do where you grab it by the tip and flip it in your hand, except it goes flip. Oh, yeah. Grab it. Start prying that out. And as you do, the water's going to get warmer around you.
I stop.
Cool. And one moment. What's your armor class?
Oh, 14 it says.
14 is great. Fantastic. I got a 14. So as you are prying it out, smoke is going to billow out of this thing's mouth.
Oh, fuck.
And suddenly a creature with a long, like, sharply hooked nose about the size of a small dog is going to erupt out of its mouth and, like, slash you across the chest for... not much.
I'm also wearing leather armor. If that
Yep.
There should be factory.
So it's going to be 6 damage.
Armor
So
class already.
6 damage.
6 damage. And that is going to be... Yep, that's going to be... plus fire damage. Ooh, hold on, I gotta roll fire damage.
Underwater?
Steam damage.
Oh, steam.
So 1 more point of damage.
Golden. Yay.
So... Yeah. And so this erupts out, and suddenly, for those of you who are in the room, let's see, Winter's right there. 1, 2, 3. Suddenly there are 4 of these steaming creatures in the room. They kind of look like this.
Oh, gross.
Little like steam elementals.
How big are they, like, compared to...
About this big.
Okay.
They're imp-sized.
Impy.
All right, so let's roll initiative. Everybody roll your initiative. So Winter, that's your dexterity.
My dexterity.
And I rolled... So, an easy way to do initiative, if this hasn't been stated before, if you have a mob of enemies, you can roll individually for each one of your enemies, or you could just say they all act on whatever initiative you roll. It depends if you want to go faster or slower. It's a little more fair for if you're doing a battle where you're expecting your characters to get a good fight out of it. Do it staggered. If it's just like a random encounter with like some fucking methods, then just do it all at once, because they're going to kick these guys' ass most likely. If they don't, that's their fault. All right.
Initiative was just Dex mod, right?
It is just your dex mod unless you have something that gives you a bonus to that. I don't think any of you do. All right, so for me, I rolled a 1. So I dare you to beat my 1.
I got 18.
I got 21.
21? Anyway, beat 21.
I got 21 as well.
Oh, who has the high? So you guys will act simultaneously.
Okay.
For purpose of argument, I'll just go back and forth between you. Right. Christine, what'd you get?
9.
And I got 18.
I mean, you're still going way before them. All right, so Ryan, looking at the room right now, so it's about this big with the corridor kind of down here. Winter is standing right there. There's one of these things right here. There's one of these things in the statue. There's one of these things right here. And there's one of these things right here.
There's 4?
There's 4 of them total. So there are 3 directly in front of you and 1 that's pincering Winter.
Oh no.
So can we see these from the corridor?
Yes, looking in, you absolutely can. Christine has difficulty seeing them from where she is, but the cry of shock is enough to definitely alert you that something is wrong.
Even if I'm peering like immediately over Amy's shoulder, we were both just peering in.
Oh, right, Ryan, you were in the room, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then, yes, you totally both can see it.
Okay.
Sorry, I needed to adjust my map. All right.
I'm gonna go forward and stab at them.
Okay, that
My short
sounds good. Winter, what are you doing?
Well, since it sprang out at me, does that also invoke my the attack of opportunity or anything?
No,
like
because
that?
it surprised you.
It surprised.
You didn't.
Okay.
You rolled a 1 on your perception to see it coming.
So then how close is it to me now?
Literally like me, close to you, right in front of your face,
So my first reaction would be to try
and stab it.
attack it back, and then move back.
There's one directly behind you now that flowed behind you.
Oh no.
Because they're made of steam, they can do stuff like that. They're cheeky.
Vapory.
But
Okay.
you can definitely try to do your disengage action to move through them.
I don't think I could hide still with 2 on
You
that
couldn't hide,
side.
but you could spend your disengage.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I would
So-
still want to slash.
Sure, that sounds good. Make me an attack roll. Ryan, make me an attack roll. Both of you, you are looking to... Wow, these guys are actually surprisingly tough for...
D4 plus dexterity.
Yep. Oh, that's why.
This is D4.
No. So to hit is
So
this
roll a
one,
d20 to hit.
and then add that, and then you'll do your damage.
8 plus 5.
That's a hit.
Cool.
Okay, now roll your damage.
11 twice.
5.
Or 11. Oh, because you rolled to hit twice?
Yeah.
That's 2 hits.
Okay.
All right, so now you roll your damage, which was what?
5.
5. All right, so you are attacking number 3. So that is minus 5. How many points? Cool. All right, Ryan, and you are attacking. So there are 3. 1, 2, 3. Which one are you attacking in the row? So you're right here. 1, 2, 3. Winter's in front of this one.
I'll attack the one in front of Winter.
Okay, so you move right there. Actually, you can move up here, which won't block her escape if she moves through. That's probably safer. So that, for my math, is number 1. You did how much damage total?
8.
8 total?
Yeah.
All right. So, Amy, what do you do?
I'm going to draw this cool new scimitar I got and move forward.
All right. Go ahead and make me an attack roll. You can attack the one directly behind Winter, or you can... Oh, Winter, using your disengage action?
Yes.
Okay, so as you punch that one in the back of the head, Mars is going to do basically a underwater backflip back and will have escaped the attack range of the first one. She's now standing next to you.
Okay.
So Amy, you can move down to the very bottom and attack the one open because they're basically in a line. And there's
Okay.
2 spots here and there's an open spot here.
Sure. I'll
Okay.
do that.
So Amy, you are now there. Go ahead and make me an attack roll.
Yep, I did. I rolled a 12, so that gives me 15 total.
All right, that sounds fantastic. Roll me damage.
Okay, so that's my... It's a 1d6 plus my strength modifier, it looks like.
Yep.
That's a 5.
5. All right, so as you pull it out, it will slash into the flesh of this monster, and as it does, it will flash suddenly with a bit of light, and you will see it bite in even deeper than it should have. Like, it slides through easily, doing more damage than you expected.
Interesting.
So, that's 5. That actually is that number. Do your math, Kelly. You know how to count. All right. And now we're at Christine.
Okay. Which one is currently threatening my friends the most?
They're basically all in a line blocking you from running up and hitting them. So basically it's these three, and then there's a 4th one up here.
Okay, well, which one is threatening my friends the most currently?
Probably the one attacking Winter since she's already been
Okay,
hit.
I cast Sacred Flame at it.
Oh, shit. What does that do?
It is a cantrip. Flame-like radiance descends on a creature that you can see within range. I don't think I have to roll for that.
Flame-like or flame?
Flame-like. The target must succeed a dex saving throw or take 1d8 radiant damage.
Crap. Okay, that sounds good. I was like, ooh, flame. That's great. That's tasty.
No, it's radiant damage,
Okay,
not
so
flame
I
damage.
have to succeed a saving throw.
Yes,
Dex save.
dex save.
Dex save. What? I rolled a 2. Anyway, so roll your damage.
Okay.
Okay, so that would be number 1 that you're attacking.
Fuck, 1.
1 total?
It's 1d8. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so you will, a brilliant light will light up and kind of spark at the core of this steam creature and will dissolve part of its chest. And now it is my turn. Winter.
I moved back.
No, I'm attacking you.
Oh, you're.
All right, +2. Oh, I can only claw you once. Oh, no, I can claw you twice.
Boo.
All right, so I got 1 hit on you. So that is 1d4 plus 1d4. Okay, the brown is fire. All right, so you're going to take 3 more points of damage as flaming claws will rip into you. Ryan,
Yes.
one of them comes straight at your face.
Oh no.
Is your armor class by chance 11?
No.
Okay. And then Amy. One of them comes straight at you, and one of those blows will hit with a 19.
Ooh.
And deals you 6 points of flaming damage.
Okay. Is there anything special I need to mark for flame?
No,
damage?
basically it's just you're burned as this thing slashes across your thigh.
Okay.
And then finally, so Christine, you're right behind Winter, I'm guessing?
No, I'm behind Amy. I haven't even come out of the corridor yet. I just
Well-
have to see these things.
Oh, okay.
There's no, it's just line of sight. That's
okay.
it.
So that means you can't attack number 3, because you did attack number 1. That's fine.
As long as I can see it and it's within 60 feet of me.
Okay.
That's it.
So that means that I can target. So I can take a 5-foot step forward. The one that initially attacked you, standing over the statue, floating over the statue, floats forward, takes what appears to be a giant breath of air, and blows scalding water in a 15-foot cone directly targeting both of you. I need you both to make a dexterity saving throw.
Ouch. Not their pretty faces.
18.
Wait. So dexterity here?
Yep.
15.
Both of you will hit the ground hard as this steam would have flash boiled you, rolls over you. And now it is Winter's turn, and Ryan's turn.
Okay. Can I use like a certain amount of seconds per speech?
Yeah.
Okay. I will call out for Malia. Assistance would be good. And I'm switching my dagger for my rapier.
Okay. Yeah,
So
you can
then-
grab your rapier, no problem.
And I'm going to just try to
Yeah,
defend
go ahead.
myself and poke.
That sounds good. Go ahead and give me an attack roll. Can I have the core book for a sec?
15.
All right, 15 is a hit.
Okay,
Go ahead and
cool.
roll me damage.
And this one moves to my d8.
Yep, you're doing way more damage with this.
3 plus 3?
Mhm.
Where does this come from?
So that is your dex bonus added to the dice.
6.
6?
Yeah.
All right, that's way better than it was before.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's number 1. So boom. All right, so the one that Ryan was pounding on, you will stab into its chest with your rapier. And what do you do?
After she stabs it, is it still standing?
It is still floating, yes.
Okay.
Can I
I'm
still
gonna-
take my disengage to like back up as much as possible out of the room to get back to where these two are?
Well, she ran into the room,
Okay.
so she's basically in the rectangle. You were down here.
Yeah.
You jumped back. Ryan ran forward, went whoosh. Then she ran forward, went whoosh. And so the corridor is like up here.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get close
What?
to Malia.
What you can do on this turn is use your dash to move back more.
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah. So I just wanted to know if like I can make my
Well, you'd want to
attack.
use the disengage so I don't get an attack of opportunity.
Oh, that
Yeah.
part's true.
So just you can just disengage, and then you can do a full
take my
move.
movement in the next one.
You haven't moved this round, so you can move behind Christine if you want.
Yeah, just so I can get some
Okay, so you'll move back down the
gains,
corridor.
heals.
All right.
Alright.
So Ryan,
Yeah, I'm gonna put 2 swords in his face.
they're at the same one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that will be 5 and 18 is 20.
That's a hit. Armor
that'll
class
be-
is not a risk with these
Okay,
guys.
and 16 to hit.
16 is totally a hit. Roll me damage.
4, 5, 8.
8 points of damage. All right, Ryan. That's within 5 feet. I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw immediately.
That will be 17.
All right. You are going to slash twice into this creature, bisecting its head from its body and then its lower body from its middle body. And as it starts to sizzle away, it will start vibrating violently and will explode in a gout of steam. You will duck out of the way as scalding water swirls around you.
That's dead.
Yeah, that one is dead.
Oh.
All right. So number 1 is dead. Sounds fantastic. All right. Now we're at Amy.
Okay. The one I was fighting is still there.
It is still directly in front of you. Yes.
Okay, I'm going to attack it.
That sounds great. Roll me roll me attack.
Roll damage.
Roll me damage.
I would love that, but no. Ooh, that's not so good.
What'd you get?
I think that's a 10.
10 is a hit.
Oh.
These guys have very little armor class.
All right. They are.
Winter, in the meanwhile, look up 2-weapon fighting and just see what you think of it.
Uninvited?
2-weapon fighting.
So that should be 7 for damage.
7 points of damage.
Yep.
All right.
And whatever this weird magical thing this has.
So that's...
Unless it was a one-time effect.
Oh. It's going to flash with light again in the dimness. And
Nice.
you're going to see it cut even deeper, and this thing is going to shriek steamily. And do you speak any other languages? Perhaps Orin or Aquan? Or pardon me, Orin... Oh, actually, they do speak Aquan. Aquan or Ignan?
Nope, I just speak common.
You're pretty sure that
and
said
orc.
something about your mother, though. There's just a way you can sense that in other languages. Christine.
Okay. So I'm at the mouth of the corridor now, so I think I can see all of them.
Yeah. Because one of them stupidly moved forward.
Okay. I guess. Is there one that's coming up behind anybody?
They're not at the moment, but right now, so you have Amy and Ryan, like right here, fighting 2 others. So basically like this, boom. And there's one more that's moving up toward.
Okay, I will target that one.
Okay.
It must make a dex throw.
I don't wanna. What'd I have to get?
14 or
I got a 9. How's that?
Nope.
Okay.
Haha! That is 8 damage.
Son of a bitch.
Radiant damage at that.
All right, so it's going to shriek and sizzle, and bits of its face are going to bubble off.
Ew.
And it's going to take a moment to like re-solidify itself and glare glowingly and steamily in your direction. All right. Speaking of steamily in your direction, it's its turn. All right. So steamy.
I don't like dex saves.
Uh,
I'm not good at them.
Glare steamily.
It's okay, I'm not good at perception.
Okay, so I have to do a recharge on that. Nope. All right, so that one is going to surge. Is going to swim up to you.
Mm-hmm.
And what is your armor class?
16.
It's going to ineffectively swipe at you twice, but unfortunately the radiant damage blurred its hands out of existence, and it goes...
Ew.
Because that's the best it can do. It tried, okay? It's trying its best. All right.
I'm gonna reach my radiant casting hand out.
So, number 4 here, 15, so that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. That will just barely hit all 3 of you. All 3 of you need to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no.
3 of
Not
us.
you.
Oh,
3 of you.
Not Christine?
Not Christine.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, wait, no, yeah, not Winter.
Not Winter.
not me.
Not Winter. Winter, you went behind Christine.
Oh, thank you.
So,
15?
You said
15 is a success.
dexterity?
Yeah.
3.
Uh-oh.
3. Amy, the one that you are fighting is going to turn open its maw and deal you 7 points of steam damage directly to the face.
Ow!
You're going to feel your pores open and cleanse and then kind of go...
And then burn off.
Gross.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oops, I should have read that completely. Winter should have taken damage last time, but she ducked out of the way just in time. Those of you who did succeed this roll are going to take 3 points of fire damage because the water's just going to heat up around you.
Okay, is that an attack?
It is a breath weapon. Yeah.
So it is an attack.
Yeah.
Is it within 5 feet of me?
It is not because you
Damn
stayed
it.
at the edge of the tunnel. No, it is not. So you take 3, you take 3.
Yep.
Okay.
Am I taking additional 3 from the heat, or is it
No,
just the...
it is just all fire damage.
Ow, that hurts.
Yeah, it does hurt. And then the one next to you, so who looks more injured right now of the two? You know what? I'm not that... I'm not that smart. Ryan, I'm going to claw you twice in the face because you killed my friend. 9 and 20.
The 20 hits.
Okay. So, a steamy claw is going to rake across your face for 5 points of damage. Or at least, your torso.
Yeah.
All right. Now we're back up at the top of the initiative. Ryan and Winter, what are you doing?
For the one that just attacked him, how far is that from where I am?
That is 10 feet from you. Well, 15 feet from you because you're behind Christine.
Yeah.
So you can move up and
Is
attack
that the
me.
last one?
Nope, there are 2 still remaining.
Where's the other one?
Fighting Amy. So they're both engaged at the bottom corner of this rectangle.
No, what happened to the one in front of me? I didn't think I killed it.
The one that you did the radiant damage to?
Yeah, there was one that
Oh,
came
you're
straight
right.
to my
You're right.
face.
You're right. My apologies. My map's getting kind of garbled because it's not erasing well.
Because my thing would be, because I am pretty damaged, I want to get up behind one.
Okay, so you would have to pass through one that's blocking the corridor to you.
Which would trigger an attack of opportunity, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would.
So you
Even
have
if
to
I
pass
was
through its
stealthy?
face.
Because it's literally like...
You'd have
It's
to do an
like- okay.
acrobatics.
Facing me?
So, Ryan is you. I am the creature. Try to get through me to the door.
Okay, yeah, so,
Right,
then
so
I'm
it's-
just gonna go up and attack it.
Okay?
I mean, you can
But
do
I
an
would
acrobatics check, can't you, to avoid attack of
Uh,
opportunity?
nope.
Probably not
Because
in here.
basically,
Oh, okay, fifth ed's different.
5th Ed's like way more relaxed than that. Christine, are you going to allow her to move through your square?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Okay,
So
we'll try that
if you spend your
double
if you
attack
spend
as
your
well.
disengage, I'll allow you to move through him.
Okay.
So that'll put you right next to him. Go ahead and make your attacks.
Okay, so first one would be with my rapier.
Your rapier, yeah.
No.
Uh,
Rapier did not, but I got 4 on that.
so
But the other one would be the dagger.
yeah.
7, 3, 10.
So you don't add your modifier to the damage of the bonus attack unless it's a negative. So what'd you get on both of them?
So I got a 7 on the second
Nope.
one.
And what'd you get on the first one?
I rolled a 1 and then plus 3.
Oh, did you? You rolled a 1,
Yeah.
did you?
Oh,
Huh.
The dice are
Huh.
not kind today.
All right. So on a 1, they took botching out.
Oh, so they don't do
Nearly as
botches?
No, they don't. So you will just swipe meagerly at this creature.
I'll say that I'm probably just very damaged and everything hurts.
It totally does. Now we're at Ryan. Slashy.
Yep.
Oh.
Are you aiming them at the same one?
Yes.
Do
Okay.
we take damage penalties?
No.
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
Sorry. That
Math
will
it.
be 17 and 5 is 22.
Okay, that's totally ahead. Basically.
And that's a 20, so that'll hit.
All right. So that's 2 hits. Roll me damage.
that's a nat 20 too.
Oh, is it a nat 20? That's
Yeah.
fantastic. That means it hits regardless. Actually, I need you to confirm that critical hit for me.
Do we?
Yeah, you do.
I
You
thought
don't botch,
fifth ed
but you do
doesn't-
crit.
I didn't think fifth ed you had to confirm a crit. I thought it just.
Oh, you're right. It is natural.
Yeah.
Right?
They just auto crit. Okay, so roll me double damage on the first hit.
Okay, so 12, and then second hit is 5, and my modifier is 3, so 17, 20 damage.
Damn. All right. And you added your strength to both?
My dex, yes. They're
Okay,
lower.
your next. All right, so you are just going to cut this one in half. Like the first is going to come off almost like a feint, and then you're just going to rake the blade through its back and out through its stomach, and finish it off with a side stroke with your other blade, and it's going to just evaporate into smoke. In which case, I need both of you to make me a dexterity save.
7.
7 is a fail.
Natural 20 from me, so 21.
Ryan, take 1 point of fire damage as this thing explodes into steam. And there is no halved on this one. There's not. Good.
Cool.
All right. Finally, Amy. What do you do?
Who's
There
left?
are 2 remaining. The one that you're head on fighting, and one the door by Malia and Mars.
You know, I'm just going to keep it simple and go for the one I've been fighting.
That
so
sounds
far.
like a good idea. It looks fairly fizzly, like it's starting to fade out of existence.
Maybe one more good swipe will get it.
I think so.
Maybe. We'll try. So let's say 15.
That is a hit. Roll me damage.
That should be a 4.
Now, have you ever, like, played with, like, been in a pool and played with something that's kind of, like, shaped like a frisbee or something like that has kind of, like, a wide surface? Like, do you know what it's like to move something like a frisbee or, like, a spatula underwater and how it just kind of, like...
Oh, yeah.
It guides itself almost?
Yep.
That's what this blade feels like in your hands.
Huh,
like, it's
cool.
pulling itself along with you. And as it does this, where are you trying to put this blade? Just slash across its throat?
Pretty much. I mean, to apply to throat.
Yeah. It gently will just dance across its throat, and this thing will look down, and its head will kind of rotate off its axis as it stares at its body. And its head will rotate full around, eyes wide, looking at you, and it will once again utter something about your mother, and then it'll explode. Can I get both of you to make me a dex save?
Your mother.
17.
Good.
9.
That is almost good enough. You take 1 point of steam damage.
Alright.
Damn it. All right. And over by the door, we have Christine. There's one directly in front of you. You and Winter are both flanking it. You have advantage if you're attacking with your weapon now. Oh, I guess you would have too. Crap.
4 radiant damage. Unless it saves a dex.
Oh, is it a cantrip still?
Yeah, it's a cantrip. I'm just going to keep doing it.
I save. So I take half?
Let me check. Nope, it just must save.
All right. It's going to shriek as it comes down and cower underneath the burst of radiant light. And as it clears... do I recharge? I do not. Shit. All right. The recharge mechanic's really interesting. It means that if I have a breath weapon or something, and I have, like, recharge 6, it means I roll a 6-sided dice. On a 6, I can do it again. But otherwise, I have to wait until I roll a 6 before I can... I have a refractory period, is what I'm saying. And you know what? It's different for every DM. Mine apparently is longer than others. So, up here, Gary Gygax was like 6, 6, 6. So did a lot of people in the 80s thought he was 6'6". Never mind. Just watched a documentary on that recently. Unable to recharge, he will instead try to remove Winter's face because Winter's right there.
Dang.
I have a 10 and an 18.
A 10 and an 18.
It's not attacking me?
No, because he wants
the
to...
second one hit.
This one bleeds. You don't so far.
It hasn't even hit me yet. Hasn't tried to hit me yet.
Mm.
It hit me with its breath weapon.
I'm going for what works. Winter, take 5 more points of damage.
I'm down to 1 now.
Your hit bar is blinking.
Yep. That's why I tried to get close to Amalia.
Okay. It will reach out and scratch across your belly. But you don't bleed. It cuts in, but the heat from its claws will actually cauterize the wounds.
Ugh.
And
That does not feel good.
it does not. So now we're back to the top of the initiative with you. And you. What do you do?
Wait, you only have 12 hit points?
16.
Well, didn't you take 6 and 5? That's only 11 damage.
10 before.
I thought it was 6.
No. The first one was 6, and then I took another one. I've taken a lot of damage this
Yeah, she's been hit a few
She's
times.
been-
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm down to my last hit point.
However, you are flanking this person right now, so that means that you have the advantage and can
Sneak
try to roll a
attack.
sneak attack. Yeah.
I'll try.
All right, so
For
go ahead.
glory.
So advantage means that you're going to roll 2 d20s.
So D20 twice.
Yeah, now I believe the way that it works in this edition is that you can...
Oh, I took a picture of it.
Is it that you can either choose to have advantage or sneak attack?
Sneak attack, but then I get to add an extra 1d6 damage to one creature you hit with an attack if you have advantage on the attack roll.
Oh.
But it says I must use a finesse or range.
Which you both of your weapons are.
Cool.
So I believe you do sneak attack with both, because it's
With the
broken.
dagger and the rapier?
Yeah.
Because of finesse, so it's like...
Yeah. Yeah, so basically you're like, lungs!
Yeah, cool. Okay.
2 lungs, 2 swords.
And these kind of things don't, like, stack if I have, like, expertise in this and this and this.
Some of them do, some of them don't. We'll get to that as you develop them.
Okay, cool. So 17 plus
That's a hit.
3. So yeah, that would have been the 20
Okay, so
there.
roll 2 d20s on the second one.
And then am I still adding the modifier to that?
So
So +5, so 8.
So 8
So
total.
you
Did
use
you
this
roll
one.
2 dice on the second one?
Mm-hmm. The first one was 20. This one was 8. And
Was it
then,
a natural 20?
No.
Okay.
20 added.
Okay, so
And one
basically
more?
just roll 2 dice and take the better of the dice for each attack. Because you have
Okay.
advantage.
Okay. So then I got a natural 20 here this time,
Okay.
so it makes it...
So what I'd like you to do, Winter, is roll your damage for your rapier normally. Then roll the damage dice for your dagger twice. Add them together.
Okay, so the rapier is my D8.
Yeah.
3.
So 3, and your dexterity
Plus-
bonus is...
So the dexterity bonus is +3, so that would be a 6
Okay, that one's a 6 total. Now roll a d6 for your sneak attack.
for my sneak attack.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. 3.
Okay, so that's actually 9 with that one. Now for your dagger, roll 2 4-sided dice.
2 4-sided dice.
Yeah. Add the total together.
What am I looking at? The
The
bottom?
bottom.
So on
So
that-
4 plus
yeah.
2 is 6.
6, alright. And now add 1d6 of sneak attack.
5.
Alright, so that's 11 with that one. So you did a total of
Nice.
20 damage to this guy. Out of... He was number 1. He had... Well, I mean, he still had 6 hit points. So you're going to jam your rapier through his chest, and then as he lurches forward, you're going to stab him in the back at the same time, basically knife hug. And can I get you and Christine and Ryan to all give me a dexterity saving throw?
It was nice knowing you guys.
I rolled a 1.
I rolled a 20.
You're perfectly okay.
Maybe I'm just like really lucky when I'm down to my last hit.
I think so. What'd you get?
21.
It was your limit break.
Someone's looking out for me. About...
Take 6 points of steam damage as this thing explodes next to you.
Dang, son. Dang.
The room clears and you find yourselves breathing heavily, which feels weird. Let me just remind you. All of you are slightly baked and red, and in a corridor where these steam creatures will evaporate into nothingness.
That was extremely
Is-
lucky in that.
Where did
end.
those come
my
from?
gosh.
This is why we do not desecrate statues.
Who did what?
Haha! 8 plus 4.
So you're
What?
healing her?
Yes.
Okay.
So 12 plus 1, I'm at 13.
That was
Okay.
nice. I like it when I roll a full 8.
So I'll make notes about all of that because it seemed like there's some things that you knew that I didn't interpret from the book.
That's no
Because it's weird.
Yeah, it's a different system than we're used to. I know you're used to playing a lot of World of Darkness stuff, so
Yeah.
it's a completely different system, and it's a little more designed on combat.
How is everybody else doing?
I am at 7 out of 21 hit points.
I am almost as rough.
Would people like to take a rest at this point?
Yes.
I'm gonna cast.
All right.
I'm gonna try and heal
Okay.
myself first.
Well,
Well, if we're
remember,
taking
resting
one sec.
heals.
If
Yeah.
we're taking a rest, is it a long enough one to recover my spell slots?
That's up to you. So the way that rest works is a short rest is an hour long, during which a character does nothing more strenuous than eating, drinking, reading, or tending to serious wounds. You can spend 1 or more hit dice at the end of a short rest up to your maximum hit dice. For each dice, you roll your hit dice. So each of you will roll a d8 per one of those 2 that you can spend. You'll regenerate that many hit points naturally, plus your constitution mod,
Okay.
just from hanging out.
Yeah.
However, you could just roll a 1 on that. Right?
Yeah.
So,
So
However, that's the last short rest you can do to regain hit points until you take a long rest, which is like a full night's sleep.
So maybe we should wait. Like, would it be smart to wait on that?
Depends on what else is ahead of you.
I'm gonna use one of my spells to help heal myself up.
well, that's what I'm trying to find out, is if this rest is long enough to regain my spell slots.
No, that's a long rest.
Will it regain any spell slots?
I don't think it does.
Normally it's an all or nothing. I don't think fifth ed changed that.
Okay.
Fighting, casting spells. Regaining spells,
Maybe under the cleric section?
potentially, yeah. I will go back and look. So, is long rest.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am not going to cast Cure Wounds
Here you
on the you then.
Take that.
Because that
I
will
don't
take
need
the
it
last
anymore.
of my spell slots.
All right. So, do you take a short rest and regain some hit points, or do you trudge on?
I'm
Let's
going
take a
to-
short rest.
Yeah.
Okay. So both of you are. So you can spend as many of your hit dice as you would like at this point, up to a maximum of 2 because you're level 2.
Okay.
So that was a D8 you said.
D8 and your Constitution modifier, total.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try and recover some of mine.
Same.
And Constitution?
Yeah. So to add your Constitution bonus to the to the roll.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm back at full.
So 5 plus 2 is 7.
So
So,
you
that puts me over. So
So yeah, you cap out your max.
Okay. So I rolled 3.
So each of you
plus
only
my
used one of your dice.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's a very reasonable option.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that puts me at 13. So I think I'll end up using both of mine
Okay.
because right now I'm at 13 out of 21.
Okay. Generally, you choose when you're rolling. So in,
Yeah.
in the future, because if you
That's what I figured when I was.
have you already rolled for the first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
figured I was gonna do both.
Normally, you pick at the same time. Like you don't just do one and then the other.
Yeah, I was gonna do
Oh,
both
okay.
anyway.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Only
Oh,
on
sorry,
your
that wasn't clear.
That's okay.
But yeah.
Only use your Constitution once though.
So
Okay.
the next one's just gonna be an 8.
Okay.
That works
So I
out
think
okay.
you're done for the day for self healing unless you use spells.
I think that actually puts me back up to full.
Yeah, it does.
Cool. I think everybody's at full then.
Yep.
Or close to. How much are you
Yeah,
down?
it's 21 out
down
of
for
21.
it, it's not
I'm
bad.
full.
Okay. Out of 25.
Out of 18.
So I'm at
You're
full.
fine. You're fine. All right. So after resting for an hour and recuperating, now remember
that's one of our hours.
one of your hours of water breathing.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, wait, my Constitution.
How many hours was it total?
3.
We have 3 hours. Okay.
So I actually am just going to make a grid
So we
here
have-
and mark one out.
So if we rested for an hour, and how long were we under there before?
You have about 2 hours left.
Okay.
We're not gonna. I'm not gonna time you to the
Okay.
minute, but toward the end, I might play the Sonic underwater music. Dun, 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 dun. So, and do you finish prying those gems out of its? Okay, yeah. You pocket both of the star. So those are
Rose
star
quartz, you said.
star rose quartz.
Yeah.
Star rose quartz.
So while we're, I guess, during our downtime, kind of be like, so what happened here?
Nothing. Don't
Can
worry
I
about
make,
it.
anybody here can make an arcane roll?
Yeah, I'm gonna do
That's all
that.
fine.
I know nothing.
That's an 8 from me.
When you desecrate the statues, gods get angry.
I mean,
Either
we
of you
just
want to
know
make an
that in
arcane roll?
general.
I'm bullshitting this out of
Okay.
religion.
Okay.
I mean, I think that's just general common sense for us to know at this point.
Yup.
I am curious about that statue, though.
Hmm.
If I use mending on it, on the inscription,
Yeah. Why don't you
would
give
that
that a
actually
try?
do something?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, let me see if there's anything special about that. Mending.
I hide.
All
Can I
right.
hide?
Yep.
Mending.
Do I have to do a stealth
spell
roll? To hide.
As long as the
no.
break or tear
Okay.
is no longer than 1
You
foot
can
in
if you
any
want to, though.
dimension, you
Just to
mend
see how
it.
good I
in
can
that
hide.
case, okay. So, I think if I remember correctly with my cantrips, I can use them as much as I
Yeah.
want,
And
but
then
I
do I
only
wanna
have
add that
like
to it?
certain 2 prepared. I think.
Yeah.
Then do I
Okay.
want to add that
So
to
it's
my
just
18
instantaneous.
for
It
Takes
is.
about a minute. Okay. So it'll take a
23.
couple minutes
That
to
sounds great.
try and mend this
So-
inscription.
You will touch the inscription and bits of it will start to come back together, and you will see that it the stays the same, but the rest will sort of like, it's almost like bits of dust and broken stone will be sucked back into place along the strip of name. As it mends itself, you will see it says the Lady Marine.
Marin.
Marin.
Marine.
Mareen.
Can I try another religion?
No.
Okay.
You may. Can I see your sheet for a second? You can make me a knowledge history.
I'm
Sure.
definitely curious about who this is. Can I do that as well?
Anybody who has history, make me a knowledge history roll if you like.
I won't get much of a bonus on it, but I can still try.
12.
5.
No.
The same.
The name sounds familiar.
Marin.
You're like, oh god, that's something like, okay, the story of Pitt Marin. It has something to do with Pitt Marin himself.
Okay.
A
So
lady he was acquainted with.
probably like it has the same connotations of like if I were to say if we were in England and you found a statue of someone named like Marion or Guinevere or something like that, like it would be like, oh, that rings a bell. We're in Nottinghamshire, you know.
Nottinghamshire.
Oh, it is a place.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, there are shires everywhere in England. You can't... 5 feet, you step in a shire.
Yep.
Yeah, normally you have to go to New Zealand
they're
for
not
that.
really separate words. It's all one word.
Shh, it's all the same.
Nottinghamshire.
It's fine.
The Shire.
All right.
Yeah, shire is a place.
Wow, I need to
Alright.
look this up now.
Shire.
Shire.
Alright.
Shireshire is how it's pronounced.
Well, I'm gonna have a quick look around the room
Okay.
and then move on.
Nothing else here from the looks of it.
Okay.
This looks, actually, the floor, had there not been so much water force down here, you can actually see places where in the cracks, it's actually quite grimy. This looks like a place where a lot of waste ends up, kind of like a grease trap. I mean, you are kind of in a giant drain.
But still, for that statue to be down here is kind of weird.
Yeah.
It did look like the mount of it was sturdy in place, or
Yes.
it was brought in.
Yeah. Very
Weird.
sturdy.
Oh, let's move on.
Maybe it was a secret.
All right, so moving back down the corridor, there's that other one that juts down to the right now, this time from the direction you're going. Who's same marching order? We're going Rocker? Rockwa?
And I'll still be hidden during all
You're
of
staying
this?
at the back.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so at the very back, so Ryan, you take a right down the corridor, and yet again it goes about 50 feet before arcing off to the left. So the first one you walk down, went whoop, 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 whoop. This one you went, we're in a corridor here. You went, whoop. And
When
so
you say Rockwa,
Rockwa.
what?
rock. Basically, we're going clockwise like this. So
Because I just
first,
didn't understand
second,
where the O was
I
coming
think
from.
it's an A.
it's Rakwa.
Okay.
Rakwa.
Rockwa.
All right.
So-
is there any motion, like any current to the water in this corridor?
Yeah, there's a steady current going this way. Not as fast as the one before, but steady. It's definitely. Well, actually, hold on one sec. Let me do my math. No, actually, it's actually very stagnant water through here. My mistake.
Okay.
That was completely my bad.
Well, when we get to the corner, I'll creep ahead again.
The entire purpose of this dungeon is there's no water motion.
Weird.
Well, that's why the town's flooding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Truth.
There's like
That's
that
why we're here.
one place where there's water flowing, but it doesn't look like it's actually flowing anywhere good. So that was my bad.
Okay.
So moving down to the edge of the tunnel, make me a perception roll.
That's going to be grand total of 6.
Glancing around, you don't think anything's here. It arcs off to the left at the end of the corridor. Do you continue?
Yep.
Okay. Looking into the darkness, you see nothing really ahead of you and continue down. At the edge, so you went from the rectangular room. I'm going to actually reverse this for you in the camera. So you go. Hold on. I just confused myself. One sec. So there's another. It looks like it arcs back toward the direction of the entrance, to the left. But there was no other tunnel there. This looks like,
Must go down.
something.
We're up. We'll see.
As you glance around the corner, you can see that it goes straight down about 30 feet, but just 10 feet off to the right, there's a little corridor there's a little branch column. So there's two directions, straight and then it curves again, or a tunnel just off to the right.
I will creep up to the intersection and look down the side tunnel.
All right, looking down the side tunnel, that is... All right, looking down the side tunnel, it immediately arcs around and looks like it's the corridor kind of swirls a bit. Goes forward and then bends again.
I'll turn back to you guys and kind of shrug my shoulders. Which way do we go?
Can't see much.
It's true.
Pick one direction, we'll come back and check the other.
I take the curvy turn.
The curvy one?
All right, so you're going to go down the curvy one?
Yeah.
All right. That sounds fantastic. Moving down the tunnel, it arcs over to the left, and you follow it. And as you approach the end, it arcs to the right again. And from there, you can see that it goes straight down and bisects into kind of like this. So you're like, so there's a tunnel off here, and then it comes to a dead end straight ahead of you. But straight ahead of you, there in this grimy, there's at this point, you're noticing that there's bits of filth floating in the water from where it's gone stagnant. And here, is actually a bit of light.
I'll pull up my scarf and tie it around my face. It's filth.
It goes in through your neck gills. There's a skeletal corpse floating in the water ahead of you.
Of course there is.
Are we breathing in corpse?
Yep.
Yeah, there's corpse
God.
flesh in the water. It's bloated and it looks like it's been munched away at by small fish.
Ew.
Very hungry fish over the past couple of weeks. And there's actually a little bit of glowing coming from the corner.
I will creep up to the corpse.
Okay.
And its glowing corner.
So it's floating facing away from you, but it looks like the wall is lit up behind it.
I'm going to creep up directly behind it and look over its shoulder.
It's staring at the wall and wearing like flowing ratty wizard robes and is kind of floating like deadly staring at the wall. In the center of its head is a glowing one of those like light rocks mounted to a headband.
So you said like a headlamp.
It's a headlamp.
Oh my gosh.
It's the only thing that's attached to his face, no flesh.
Oh.
He looks really intently at the wall. And on the wall itself, you can see, looks like some graffiti.
Can I read it?
Do you read... Come on, languages. Nope. One moment. I gotta check the languages.
Graffiti, hey?
Yeah.
Like...
Here we go. Do you read Undercommon?
I do.
Oh!
Oh boy.
Death to Land Dwellers.
Also, hate speech.
Also, Tarlac was here.
Well, that's friendly. I'm going to pull off that headband because that's bright and attracting things.
Okay, it'll start floating around in a circle as you attach motion to it, and so you're all looking at this like dead floating rope thing, and then it'll start spinning around and like looking at you, and you can see as you move it that it had a spear kind of jutted into its vertebra from beneath. Looks like someone snuck up on this guy while he was reading the wall and stabbed him in the throat.
I'm gonna look around.
There's a serrated, it looks almost like a fishbone knife sticking out of his throat. Yeah, he's just going to kind of start floating a circle.
I'm going to pocket the glowy stone so it stops glowing everywhere.
Okay.
Does it have anything that would show what poisoned the people that Malia was?
No, it's probably washed off by now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would the poison be more like a substance or like a herb or something?
It's a root that you coat things with. Often
dip it?
injected.
Inject.
Well, it would have washed off by here. If you could get a hold of it before, yeah. But this guy's been dead for at least a couple of days.
Okay.
Like, he's been pretty well picked clean by little ravenous fish.
Gross.
Yeah, right. And maybe even something that he was stabbed with has heightened his rotting.
At least he's not going to waste.
No, he's not. And as you guys are there, he's going to keep rotating around. So now you're at his side, and now he's back again. He's going to keep spinning around like he's on a little pedestal.
On.
Yeah.
And so he was stopped
The
to
fish
read
people are quite angry.
the graffiti on the wall.
Yeah.
And then got it.
Yeah, he got cacked. You could take his knife.
The
You
one
could take the knife in his neck anyway. It looks like the rest of his belongings have been stripped clean.
Eh.
What does the writing say?
the fish people being angry.
As they do.
All right, let's keep going.
All right, so Ryan, go ahead and add Headband of Light to your pocket.
I'll pull out the knife because that seems like something you don't leave in a dead person.
All right, give me a strength roll just to see how well you do it.
Nice.
24.
All right, so you will pull it, and his head will just completely detach and start floating alongside of you. You try to shove it back on.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah.
You will push his spinal column up into his head, and it'll kind of like... He will kind of like... the body will keep floating around, and his head will kind of hover on top and keep staring at you as it rotates.
Oh, that's weird.
I'll do some sort of holy symbol badly and be like, at least you're whole wherever you are now.
Well, if
His head's on backwards now. But so Ryan, you have a really badly serrated fishbone knife. However, the tip of the blade actually kind of looks puckered, like almost like it's hollow.
Huh.
looking at the tip, it's kind of has kind of like a reservoir in the bladed tip. It's more like a pipe than a blade, or like a big bony syringe.
Ew.
That's a good way to deliver poison underwater.
Okay, so they do show us that, or this is your observation?
You'll see me kind of go, and then just kind of put it in his belt.
All right. So, do you continue back toward the main corridor? You wind through the corridor, trying not to breathe in the corpse of the dead wizardy folk there, and then proceed further right down the hall. As you move, you can see that the corridor ends and then arcs to the right, and then further down at the edge of your sight, arcs again, hopefully toward the direction you should be headed. You're getting the sense that this probably has a kind of a configuration kind of like this.
A roundabout.
Yeah. It's kind of a drain. So, in fact, the name of the dungeon is the Drain. Moving through, you can totally proceed to the next junction. Do you?
Yep.
Okay. And once again, it arcs off to the left, and you can see that there is there's a side corridor 20 feet ahead and to the left, and another one about just at the edge of your vision to the right. So it's basically an F fork.
Okay.
So you can go up and boop, and up and boop. And those are the only options you have.
I will creep up to the first intersection.
All right, that sounds great. Ryan, can you do me a big favor?
Yep.
Can you make me a perception roll?
Oh no.
12?
12 is a fail. All right, so you are going to slowly creep up, and as you do, you'll hear a tang as a piece of fishing line breaks around your ankle. And Ryan, I need you to make me a dexterity save.
Oh dear.
17.
A 17 is good. All of the grime and seaweed that's encasing the side of this tunnel, not really seaweed, more like grime, is going to suddenly suck in as you realize that it's a net covered in shit and grime.
Ew.
And you're going to leap back right as it would have caught you. And around the corner, you can hear someone shout
Oh no.
in Undercommon, "I got one!" And now let's roll initiative.
Laughs and hidden.
Laughs and hidden. All right.
I just need to get something more to drink.
All right.
Hey, 9 again.
All right. So,
Does not mean the same
I
thing
always
as in
forget.
1.
Initiative is
yeah.
that plus
All right. So, anybody got above 20?
Me.
23.
21.
21? Okay. So,
Oh.
Christine, what did you get?
9.
Okay.
I also got 21.
What is with you, tying with people?
You've got the higher initiative modifier than me.
Yes.
All right. That actually doesn't matter in this. You act simultaneously.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So basically, I'll just go back and forth. So I'll start with Ryan, and then I'll go to you next round for just sake of ease.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Winter, you hear that, and as you were standing here, so your marching order means that.
I was at the back.
So here's the angle of the tunnel. Here's Ryan. Okay. And then there's the first junction right here and the other junction right here. I don't have enough arms for this.
Yeah.
I'd use a table map, but then people couldn't see. So I'm just going to keep doing my weird hand voguing, okay?
Yep.
So you're standing right next to the junction and you're like, ah, shit! All right? You hear from this tunnel, I got one! So next in line is Amy, then Christine at the edge, and then Winter is around the corner.
Okay.
So, what do? You hear something, obviously.
Okay. I would like to still be able to stay hidden and use my sneak attack, but maybe orient myself.
You can totally, you want to sneak up around the corner?
Yeah.
Okay, you would have to move in. Okay, go ahead and make me a stealth roll. So what we can do, so Ryan is right at this place where there's a junction down where the noise is coming from.
14 plus 5, 9. 19.
19. So you're going to just basically hang out at this corner with a prepared attack, waiting for the first thing that comes around.
Like delayed.
'Kay.
So I'm waiting until I
That
see
sounds
something.
fine to me. So that's the first part of your action. Ryan, what do you do?
I'm going to call back in Undercommon and be like, no, you caught me, you idiot.
Make me a bluff check,
Oh!
which you have as a skill.
Go, Jason.
Deception.
Was that deception? Yes.
Go, go, go.
Oh, 10.
10. All right, hold on. Let me roll a common sense check.
These things aren't too small. I hope not.
I have my wisdom. Great. So down the hall you hear, what? So the rest of you will hear,
And then, can I respond still?
very briefly, yes.
Let me out. And I'm going to say it angrily.
All right, what do you do, Amy?
I'm gonna draw my scimitar.
Okay, and then just hold.
Yeah.
Okay. Christine, what are you doing?
I will have my warhammer out in one hand.
Okay.
So I can quickly two-hand wield it, or I can reach one hand out and do Sacred Flame.
All right. So basically, you're all holding actions.
Yeah, pretty much.
So this hideous little humanoid fish monster.
Oh, gross.
It's a fish-headed man with
It's
a
a
bent
murloc.
back. Yeah, basically, is going to a murloc. Oh, sorry, yeah. A koatoa is going to like lean around the corner and kind of go, eh? Which there's a giant fish head looking right at you. What do you do? Yeah. Go ahead, and you with both.
Yeah.
Okay, so give me an attack give me your sneak attack with both.
Yeah. Okay, so first one. 5 plus 3 is...
No, sorry, 5 plus.
5 is 10.
So you'll have advantage on this actually
Yeah. So you get to roll 2 d20s per attack.
per attack and choose which one you choose the better.
So I'll do it again. The first one was better.
So what was the total?
It was 10 and then 9.
10 total.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a miss.
Okay, now do your second attack.
So the second one would be my dagger then again.
Yep.
15
That's a
plus
hit.
5. Yeah.
Okay, so roll me
Well,
damage on your.
You get advantage, so roll twice. You might get a nat 20.
That's true.
Right? No.
Okay, so roll me 1d4 plus 1d6 because you sneak attack him.
Two plus 6, so 8.
All right, so you're going to stab him like right in the fish mouth. So he's
you're
gonna
gross.
wah, and so you're gonna jam your hand in his mouth and just like fish hook him through. So if he survives this, he'll be like, I don't know how I got these scars. All right, so he's going to go. And you're gonna rip the knife.
Yes.
Jeez.
You're gonna rip the knife right out of his mouth.
And rip him open. Give him a rip.
Yeah, it's just gonna like blood's gonna pour out into the tunnel.
Surprise, motherfucker!
All right, so he's going to scream. Is anyone else doing anything before this guy can act?
Shank him? 'cause we
You
all
are too
had-
far back because you're single file.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I will shank him if I can.
You are single file.
I will totally cast.
Winter creeped ahead of you.
Can I throw a dart at him?
Yes.
I will do that.
He's
Alright.
within my sight range, so.
Yes, you may.
Is
So
there-
Ryan does it first, then you do it.
Is there any negatives for throwing into combat?
I'm
Pathfinder was a...
not. Yes, but I don't care.
Okay, cool.
That noise was great. I can't get over that right now.
3 into 16.
16 is a hit. Roll me your damage.
Oh.
How would you feel if you're like, what? And you get stabbed in the mouth?
I know. It's just like going through the noises you're making of their like dialogue.
Get with him. Alright, let me roll for that. I got on dexterity, I got a 12. So what do I need?
14.
Okay, so that's gonna hit me.
Okay.
Roll damage?
That's 6. 6 radiant damage.
So he's gonna get stabbed in the throat. A dart is going to hit him right between the eyes, and then he's gonna be lit on holy fire. And he's just going to float off down the corridor. Damn it! Not Tad.
I'm gonna
pole.
tap the edge of the scimitar against my leg and just kind of shrug.
All right.
God.
So hold on, I'm gonna make a wisdom check for the next one. So down the corridor, you're going to hear this. Thaddeus? Float, 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 float. Oh shit. The rest of you hear. So, what can I do around a corner? Not much. Okay. So one of them is going to suddenly jut around the corner, looking around with a shield raised, and seeing you right there,
Oh no.
is going to go steady. All right. What's your armor class?
Is there any way to like dodge or anything?
Nope.
Not in this. Okay,
Nope.
so
Your
my,
armor class. So basically, your dexterity mod is added into your armor class.
my dexterity.
So it's just part of your AC.
So just 14.
Just 14. So I'm going to try to spear you with a 19.
No.
With a 19.
That's 19.
No, I only have one hand because I'm using my shield for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it. Okay, so you're going to take 2 points of damage as he goes "Ping!" and pokes you right in the tummy.
Ow! At least it wasn't my mouth.
It's true. It's really true. All right, so that's number 2. So I'm going to write Thaddeus for the front. And this is
That was the win.
Oh, but he got me.
He did get you. Yeah, 2 points of damage.
Can I see the end of what just jabbed me?
It looks like a stony spear.
Okay, so not something with
You don't know yet.
Oh, okay.
All right, number 2 can't. The second one is going to like move out behind him in the corridor. So you're like right here. The first one, whoosh. This one's going to run here and is going to. Oh hell yes. Winter.
Oh no.
I need you to do me a favor, my friend. Can you make me a? Oh yeah. Can you make me a strength save? So there are saving throws up at the top of your sheet.
So
It's just that's what you add.
9.
9. All right. So here's what's going to happen. You are in a row here fighting, and you're like stabby, stabby, and then whoop, and then this other one's going to whoosh, and then is going to hurl a net over his friend's head, wrap around you, and tug you past him down the tunnel.
Bye.
So you are ensnared in a rope and are being pulled down.
I'm
So-
in a net.
Yep, you're in a net.
I wonder if I could like break my way out with my dagger.
You can use a strength roll to try to free yourself. Dealing
have to
5 slashing damage to the net without harming it destroys the net. Oh, that's cool.
So I have to wait for my turn.
You have to wait for your turn.
Okay.
All right, so that means that then it is Ryan who has already acted by throwing a dart. Amy, you have not acted yet though, so you can move through Ryan's square and hit this first one.
I will do that.
All right, please hit, because otherwise your life's going to get more complicated.
I'm going to try, that's for sure. So that's 18.
18 is going to be a hit, damn it. All right, go ahead and make me a damage roll.
Okay.
I love these guys. They're so stupid.
Should be a 4 damage.
4 damage?
Yeah.
All right.
Not the best, but
So 5 damage.
it's okay.
Amy, at this point, I'm just going to point blank say your weapon's going to do +1 and +1.
Okay.
Okay? So +1 damage, +1 to hit.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's just a...
Yeah, because you used it the first time. You can kind of get a sense of how much damage it does. All right, so that's that. All right, so that's my other 3 guys. So, or I guess my other 2 guys. Remember, there's 6 guys as far as you know. So that's that one. That's that one.
Nice.
Okay, so the guy that you just slashed into is going to groan and take a disengage action and step back. Actually, he can't take a disengage action because he already moved. Another one is going to step out and back through his square, basically cutting off Winter. So there's 2 of them in front of you, Winter, and then another one down the corridor.
Okay.
This dungeon's designed to be a cluster. All
and
right.
very narrow.
It's super, well, it's a drain, right? I could have made it too wide, but I didn't feel like it. All right. It's holding. New round. Winter, you were wrapped in a net. What do you do?
I was gonna try to break my way out.
All right, so go ahead and make me a. So you can. A creature may use its action to make a DC blank strength check to free itself or another creature, ending the effect on success, dealing 5 slashing damage to the net. So you may try to roll to hit the net, but you're gonna have disadvantage because you're restrained. So roll
So
2
it's
dice,
tight
take the
around me.
worst. Yeah,
So 2d20.
yeah. 2d20, take the worst.
So 15. I don't have anything in strength.
Okay,
And then 7.
and add your dexterity to that. It is an attack.
Oh, okay. So then the first one would have been 18, and this one would be 10.
Okay, 10 is exactly what you need. So roll me damage.
So damage with my dagger.
Yeah, it has to be your dagger. It has to be slashing. 2. So you'll start cutting your way out.
Okay.
But you're still restrained this round. All right, so that was Winter. Now it's going to be Amy.
Okay. If I switch to a different weapon, how long does that take?
If you just leave it floating there, I'll let you do it as your move.
Okay, so I want to switch to my quarterstaff,
Okay?
and I have one of my cantrips is a bonus action.
Okay?
So I'm going to cast that on my quarterstaff, which imbues it with nature's power, so I can use my spellcasting ability instead of my strength for attack and damage.
Does
rolls.
does attack of opportunity happen with spellcasting still? I think it does.
Does it? Even if it's a bonus action?
I don't care right now. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll just do that. Basically, I figure when I grab
What does it do?
it just means that instead of using my strength modifier,
Yeah.
I use my spellcasting ability for both attack and damage using that weapon.
Okay.
And it becomes magical.
All right, that sounds fine to me.
Yeah. So I'm figuring that I'm grabbing it.
Yeah, and just doing,
And-
you're lightsabering it, basically.
Basically.
Cool. All right, so go ahead and roll. You're going to try to attack?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's 13. For attacks and damage instead of strength. Okay, so it's attack bonus plus my spellcasting ability, which is wisdom. So that makes it a plus 3, so it should be 8, 19,
That's a hit.
I think.
Roll damage.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, you're in a net. Everything I do is disadvantage. Or advantage.
Ooh, nice. So that's 11.
11?
11.
Oh, 11 damage? Damn.
Yep.
This is to... Oh, no. Enrique is the one... Or Frederica is the one that has you. So this is going to be Tulamir. And the last one is Bib. That's like Bob, but different. All right, so how much damage?
11.
11?
I'm just smack like.
All right, so you're going to just crank, and you're going to see his eyes go cross-eyed, which is really funny because they're over here. As front of his skull starts to like bow in a little.
Nice.
And Ryan, you throw another dart.
Yeah, we're one wide, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to throw a pair of darts.
Okay. You can throw 2 on your action.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that will be 15.
That's a hit.
And that'll be even higher, 21.
All right, that's a hit.
So first one. 5, 8.
8 damage. All right, so you're going to throw 2 darts, and they're going to hit him right in the eyes, and he's going to go, like, I would say down, but it's more up because he starts floating to the top of the tunnel. No, Frederica. All right. Christine, what do you do? So there's one straight... So basically it goes like this, okay? So here's the tunnel that you guys are walking in. You're like, here's the side tunnel that the attack came from, okay? So to do sequence, in my understanding, it is Christine, Brian, Amy, dead floating thing, side tunnel, live fishman, Winter, live fishman.
Okay, so I could move up enough to attack one of the ones that...
Yes,
the one
you
behind
could.
Winter.
Yes, you could.
Okay, I'm going to do that, and I'm coming up behind him.
Okay, can you make me a perception roll?
Yeah. 17.
17. And damn. All right. What's your armor class?
16.
Okay. Not good enough. So you will go up to hit him, and as you do, a spear will jut out from the tunnel to the side.
Okay.
It is going to catch you in the side.
It does hit me,
It will hit you.
and this is within 5 feet of me.
Yes, it is.
All right.
So you get a free counterattack.
Wrath of the Storm.
God. Well, this was a good idea in his opinion.
Um,
He's like, I'm going to wait here and
When
attack.
somebody hits you with an attack, you can use your reaction to cause the creature to make a dex saving throw.
Okay. So the attack will still land, though.
Okay.
Okay. I got a 6.
Yeah, that does not save.
Okay. But this is Bib.
And this is also... does somebody else have another D8? Oh,
Okay.
actually, never mind. I've got one.
Okay.
Actually, this is lightning or thunder damage. Ooh.
And you're underwater?
Well, I'm also going to use my domain channel divinity. He's auto going to take max damage.
Okay, what's max damage?
16.
Mm.
16 lightning damage.
Is that gonna hit us too? Or is
No,
it-
because it's magically driven, and I don't really want to do that.
Alright.
So you're going to take 7 points of damage as he stabs into your gut,
Okay.
and then through his blade, lightning is going to arc into him, and he is going to be fried to a crisp.
Tasty.
Goodbye, Bib. I miss you. Damn it, Bib. You were doing so well. I'm pretty sure that that's just going to kill him because he's in water. Extra damage. I'm pretty sure fish are weak to lightning. Have you seen that one? Never mind. Fuck these 3 fish in particular. All right. And then, so that was your turn. Everyone's acted?
Was
Okay.
that my turn?
So
Oh, that wasn't your turn because you were still running to
I was
attack.
running
that
to
was a
attack.
Because you get like... Okay, so go ahead and attack...
The guy right behind Winter.
The one
yeah,
that's pulling the
Frederica.
net? Is that the one that's pulling the net?
No.
No, that's
one's
he's not in
pulling the
front of
net,
you.
one's about to stab you in the butt.
And he's the one with the shield?
Yeah.
So I'm coming up behind him. Does he necessarily notice me?
I
I mean, there was a crackle of lightning.
yes, he's definitely gonna. Well, because he was backing away with the shield,
Okay.
covering
He's still
the exit.
facing you.
so he's
Okay.
still facing you.
Well, there's a lot of dwarf running up to him with a warhammer held over her head,
That's
two-handed.
swinging like magically through the water like normal. It's strange.
Yeah.
Magic.
Ooh, that's
What'd
a
you get?
19.
Oh damn.
I'm not even gonna bother adding stuff. I think I hit.
You definitely hit. His AC is not 19. His AC is not 16.
That's not. Where's my D? There it is. Really?
What'd you get?
A 1 on a D10. So that is 2 damage.
2 damage to it with you. Did you add your strength mod?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. I rolled a 1.
All right. So
I'm
you're
a cleric, not
so
a fighter.
you were going to bring it up, and you're going to crack him right in the face with it, and you're going to see like as a bubble of spit and blood is going to fly out of one of his gills. All right. In slow motion, he turns at you and is going to try to stab you in the face.
Okay.
I have an 11.
Nope.
No.
I kind of wish he did hit me because I can do Wrath of the Storm
Again.
a number of times equal
All
to my
right.
wisdom mod.
Winter, you have disadvantage. The one holding the net is going to
Is he dragging me with both hands?
with one hand.
One. Okay, yeah, he does have hands. Okay.
Yeah, he does.
Just making sure.
Don't look at my photo.
You showed us the photo.
I know. I'm just.
I know.
I can stab through the holes in the net though.
Yeah, you can.
You gotta be shitting me, really? Really? I rolled a 1 and a 2 on my advantage. So he's gonna like poke into the net a bunch of places. You know what? I know that he's not supposed to be able to botch, but
He's gonna
I
botch.
feel like he just like tears open the net.
that's what he just did. Yeah. So he's gonna like stab down at you, and it's gonna rip the net where you were cutting. And now it is your action, and you are no longer held by a net.
Stabby, stabby.
That worked out well.
No,
He's gonna be like,
no, Frederica.
oh shit.
But am
Or no,
I
Thaddeus.
in this? Is there anything for being like not standing properly though? Like I was being pulled.
You are prone, so
I could probably still.
you know what? I'm gonna say you're not gonna have sneak attack, but you are gonna be able to. So
I don't think I could sneak attack anyways. So.
you couldn't at this time, but you'll be normal because I'd say you have disadvantage, but he's looming right over you, so basically just stabbing up. So you're on your back, so that would be disadvantage, but you're stabbing directly into a guy looming over you, which is advantage. So
Okay.
you basically just roll normal.
Cool. So for my first one with that,
You need more d20s.
8. Rapier is not lucky today.
Yeah.
But
You should try your rapier.
that too. So then the dagger. The dagger's had better luck so far today.
Come on, lucky dagger.
Yeah.
Better luck.
Yep. I hit with the dagger.
Did you get a 20?
I got a 19.
Oh, it's so close. All right, roll me damage.
So.
Come on, Frederique.
And this one's just
Oh, this is Thaddeus.
Yeah, just the D4.
Just the D4.
Thaddeus is
4.
4?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so boop. All right, so that's 16. This one is. All right, so you're gonna stab him right in the chest, and you look down with like a wide-eyed look of surprise. All right, so to re-outline, so what we have here is we have Fish Guy, we have Winter, we have Fish Guy, we have Christine, we have Blank Space, we have Ryan, we have...
Sorry, Amy.
No, sorry, we have Amy and then we have Ryan. So, Ryan.
That fish guy was watching when when his buddy got zorbed by the lightning, right?
Yeah.
I'm going because I recognized what their god was on my earlier check. I want to yell out, all who attack the priestess of blah will be struck down.
Vela.
No, their god.
Oh, okay.
I want to try to trick them into thinking that you're
All right, make me a deception roll.
Oh, you mean
Marlach?
Marlach. Yeah, that's
Or
it.
Marlash?
Merlach.
That's only going to be a 7,
Oh, you tried.
and then I'm going to throw a dart at him.
Okay. Roll me your darts.
Your dirts.
The first one will be 21,
21 to hit.
and the second one will be 22.
That's 2 hits.
Dang, son.
Okay, this is Tulamir.
8 damage.
All right, so two darts are gonna hit him like right in the face, and he's gonna like glare at you over his shield with the dart hanging out here and there, like, ow! Amy, you gonna hit him again?
Okay. Yeah, I think so. I figured this one's gonna be more of like a poke.
Oh wait, sorry. Christine is between you two.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So how can you reach? Because you only have a 5-foot reach with your staff, right?
Do I only have a 5-foot reach with my staff?
I believe so.
Oh.
Yeah,
Those are
of
core
course.
staff.
Staffs don't have a...
Can I make a step pass through her square?
No, because he's there.
Damn. I might not be able to do anything then.
Do you have any spells?
Not that are particularly useful in this situation.
You could throw your staff at him.
That would be more useful for my javelin.
Do you have a javelin?
I do.
Why don't you just
Should
throw the
take
javelin at him?
Okay.
It's
the
in
javelin
a
have
holster
reach?
for quick grabbing.
Yep, that's true. So I'll do that.
All right, grab a javelin, throw a javelin.
I will do so. I don't get anything fancy on this one though. Just a regular. Let's use this dice. Well, that's not great.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 6, so that'll be
Actually, you're flanking this guy completely, so roll 2 dice.
2d20.
Roll advantage, yeah,
Oh, okay. So,
because you kind of have this guy. Did you hit him the first time?
well, I rolled a 6, so that would have been like
No.
it would have been a 9
Yeah.
total.
So just roll again. Don't roll a 1.
I rolled a 4.
All right. So you're gonna huck a javelin down, and he's going to catch it with his shield, and it's going to stick to the side of his shield.
What's a shield made of?
I don't know.
Rumble.
All right, Christine. Smashy, smashy.
Smashy, smashy.
Okay.
14.
14's a hit.
Oh, actually, that would be 16.
16 is not a hit then.
Oh no.
Where'd it go?
What it roll is the more important thing.
Rolled a 2.
Roll it again on the table.
Okay, I'll roll a different one.
Oh.
Really?
Did you roll a 1?
2.
Well, I mean that it was destined to be. So, how much damage did you do? 3?
3.
All right. So he's holding in there. I believe in you. You've got the heart of a champion. All right.
Just wait till he stabs me.
All right. So you are gonna smash into the side of his face. Whoa.
He's got hope right now.
He's got high hopes.
He's gonna stab me and then, hey, flash fry.
All right.
Tasty.
So you're right in front of his face. So he is going to say, like, look at his weapon. He's going to look at your face, do the mental math, and is instead going to realize, haha, if I use this, I'll be struck by lightning. But if I bite your face off, I can't be struck by lightning. Because my face isn't conductive of electricity, he seems to think.
That's what you think.
Well, he doesn't know. He's a fish man. Like, their knowledge of physics is severely lacking. Their schools are very, very underprivileged. Okay? Alright? He lives in the...
You okay, Kelly?
I'm just thinking about how these guys are always in schools.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, but not good schools.
No.
Bad schools on the wrong side of the tracks. Fish tracks.
side of the
So
cup.
Christine, I'm going to have a 21 to hit you in the face.
Yeah, that's gonna hit me.
Alright. So I'm going to roll my bite to your face. That's going to be 5 points of bitey. And you going to electrocute me?
I don't know. Are you gonna roll a dex save?
Yeah, I think I will. Is he a good enough biter? Come on, fish lips. I got a 4.
Yeah, that does not save.
But you got to declare before I roll the save. So you're going to do it no matter what, right?
Well, yeah.
Okay, just making sure. Go ahead.
Well, that's why I told you to make the save.
Fair enough.
Like, you have to make the save.
Okay.
You take full or half.
Alright.
So,
My bad.
so that is 10,
Oh, come on.
and I'm gonna do thunder damage this time to you.
What's the difference?
I don't know.
I think it deafens me.
Probably.
Deafened.
It probably impacts you, and it's just like you're concussed.
Yeah, that's going to take him.
So
right
it's
out of
10
the game.
damage, anyways.
So he's going to float off down the side tunnel.
Bye.
Boy.
Isn't he just gonna be like in between us? Because he's in between me and Winter. So he's gonna smack into Winter's back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right, because you're standing at the tunnel junction. Alright, so he's
His
going to...
buddy's gonna see now another dead.
I am just killing everything in my
I'm
path.
gonna roll will
okay
save,
with
not
this.
Me too.
freak out. I will succeed. You stab me in the chest, you little bitch.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna grab my spear with 2 hands. And then I'm gonna run as fast as I can down the back tunnel. Go ahead and make me an attack of opportunity.
Oh yeah. So what do I do?
You roll one. You roll an attack against me
With my d20.
with your d20.
So can I do 17 plus my dexterity mod?
Yes,
It's a regular.
it's just a normal
full,
attack.
Oh, 5 on 17.
That's a hit. Roll me damage.
Oh boy.
So it's full damage. Well, I mean, it's your normal roll plus your dexterity. Yeah.
And can I use my rapier for this one?
Yeah, and you know what? I'll add. You're using your rapier because it's your primary. Add a sneak attack because you're stabbing him literally in the back as he runs away.
I think I need this guy.
Yes.
So what else do I add for the sneak attack?
1d6 plus your normal damage.
That one.
So I believe it's 1d8 plus 1d6 plus dexterity. And just don't screw it up.
No promises.
Just don't screw it up!
Ah, don't pressure me. 3, 1 is 4 plus 3, so 7.
You screwed it up. You did. Oh, that was perfect. Never mind. So he's gonna turn away, and you're gonna fish kebab him right through the back, and
Fish kebab.
Fish kebab, fish sticks.
he's gonna float off of your blade, kind of just down the hallway slowly.
Okay.
I only live. He will say, which you will hear him mutter as he dies. My only regret was being stabbed in the heart.
I warned you.
All right. Silence will settle around the tunnel as you're surrounded by 4 dead Koatoa fishmen.
Okay, I'm gonna rifle the bodies of the 2 that I killed.
That sounds fantastic. So looking through their things, it looks like most of their weapons were designed to incapacitate more than anything. Their spears are fairly good if you want to grab them. Like, they're not special or anything. But they're throwable and usable as a melee weapon if you want.
Yeah, I'll just grab them. I
Can
might
I
need them.
Cover my darts?
Yeah.
Cool.
So I get 2 spears.
Yep. So 2 spears, they're 1d8. They also have nets, which are ranged weapons. They have a 15-foot range.
I'm gonna go retrieve my javelin.
All right, so you'll grab your javelin. Ooh, actually, hold on. Tracker must succeed. Make me a strength roll.
Oh, okay.
Out of the shield.
So, 15?
15. All right, so you'll put your foot on the edge of the shield, not touching the sticky veneer, and we'll pull your javelin free.
Good.
It's got a little bit of like gunk stuck to the side of it.
What does it gonna look like?
Like whatever the veneer on the shield is. It looks like sticky material. Like the leavings of a very sticky like bumper sticker.
Ew.
Yeah, these guys are...
Can I wipe this off on, like, the fish?
It'll stick to the fish.
Can I check the body depth?
You gonna put your foot on the fish? Give me a strength roll.
Ew. 8.
Alright, so you're gonna pull and the fish is gonna come with it.
Try again.
Alright, roll again.
Yep. 14.
What part of the fish did you put this on?
I think I tried to wipe it off on the side.
Okay. So you're gonna pull and it's gonna like rip the clothing and eventually like will come free. So what else were you doing?
I was gonna check the body of the fish dude that floated away from me.
Sounds good. So you'll be able to find a net, a spear, and also they have a number of like necklaces that they're wearing, mostly made of like sharp fish teeth,
Ooh, cool.
like shark teeth, bones, shells. But this one that you're looking at actually has a couple of like small, ugly pearls
Ew.
drilled
I take
into it. Yeah, you can totally take it. So that is going to be called Koatoa tribal necklace.
You said they're all wearing some?
They're all wearing some form of necklace. This is the only one with pearls, but you can collect the other ones.
They seem neat.
So
I like junk.
take Koatoa trinkets times 3.
I can cast Cure Wounds on myself, right?
Yes, you can.
Cool.
So, as a hush falls over this area, you loot the bodies and can see that there are 2 ways to go. From where you're standing,
Cool.
where the fight took
That
place,
takes me to full.
there's a corridor that arcs off to the left and ends in a sealed door, and another corner up ahead that presumably goes, into the abyss.
Is that where these guys came from?
They came from the first corridor on the left,
What's
not
the
the
door?
second.
sealed
We
door?
couldn't
Okay.
really see.
Yeah, so they're basically it's shaped like this. You were standing right here.
Okay.
And as you let a hush fall over,
Check the door with the kind of.
are you going to start heading down that corridor?
How far are they from behind?
It's about a 50-foot corridor if you want to go.
I'm not letting you wander off on your own. Last time that happened, bad stuff happened.
Probably a good idea.
I will step ahead. I'm going to try to quietly creep up to the door.
That sounds good. So let's pause right there for a minute. Seems like a good place to pause. So as you start creeping toward the door, we'll pause this for a second.
Yay.
See you soon. All right.
And yeah, that'll be it because it's 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is that 6? All right.
Yeah, it's 5:56.
So
So,
hold on.
I assume Ryan has to go.
Yep. So hold on one sec. All right. So you'll head down the corridor. Hi, welcome back. So we're gonna pause it here because we got to call game for the night. This is a good place right as you're headed down the corridor. I'll make a note on my map.
Cool.
All right. Hope you guys had some fun there. We'll add up experience when you've completed this dungeon.
Okay.
And I'm gonna draw a line through the second box, which says that you're at a half hour into your 3 hours.
I'm a lucky son of a bitch.
You are a lucky son of a bitch. All right, that's it for this game. We'll pick this up next time.
So how much XP is it to the next level? Just wondering.
I don't know.